Tire screeching down the road.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 11 of Dark Frontier, our Spelljammer-inspired D&D 5th edition campaign. I am Jaso, the DM, and who else is joining me on this beautiful Friday evening?
Hello, everybody. I'm Bailey, and I am playing Neyts, the Lightfoot Halfling, Circle of Wildfire Druid. Dab.
Oh, no dab. I'm Luke. I'm playing the Illithid Artificer.
Our robot isn't here, Mr. Kevin, so somebody will be playing Cogman. But as for me, I'll be playing Rastin Shinjizuka, the great pilot of the wonderful Thunderfall.
And I'm Kyle. I play Boltro Keys. My friends call me Bolt. De facto leader of this here band of merry men and women.
That's me.
And woman.
Hi everybody, I'm Nick and I play Ironhide, the super legendary pirate captain, bosun, mayor, Umber Hulk slaying, skeleton smashing statue extraordinaire. Best ever. So good. I have an axe.
Everybody's favorite.
You're my favorite.
Oh.
Thank you very much, everybody. As Slim mentioned, Kevin is not going to be here this session. I think he's been out 4 or 5 sessions, and I think after the 4th, that is the marker of when you're allowed to technically have their character die when they're not here. So, good luck.
No.
Just stops moving in the frozen tundra.
Oil can.
Oh no.
A big shout out, as always, to Lumen Arts. I posted them in the chat. Go check him out. He has done some awesome artwork for our characters that you see here on the screen. As always, a big thanks to you. Go follow him on Twitter. He's posting new art every couple days. It's really awesome. Go check it out, and really appreciate it. Also, want to give a shout out to O'Shea Computer for the follow. I appreciate that. And thank you very much. You will get an automatic boost of Twitch channel points for following. And anyone else who follows or subs or even just hangs out and does neither of those things but just lurks, you guys are building up your Twitch channel points, and you can use those fun things to buy all kinds of cool stuff like inspiration, a +1 to anybody's roll including mine, curios, which are like a one-use consumable magic item, expedition tickets, which are like the meta currency of this campaign, all kinds of fun stuff. You can take a look down below at the bottom left of the chat to see more details about all of those things. And if you have any questions, just throw them up in the chat. We added the new one, Terror, in there as well. That had some consequences / interesting things happen a session or two ago. And that is still there. It may become a permanent fixture. We'll see. It's still there for now. So yes, there's that. There's stream stickers. If you mouse over the screen, over on the right hand side, you'll see a little, I believe it's going to be like a purple heart icon. If you click on that, you'll get access to a whole bunch of stickers that you can slap on the screen. There's a whole bunch of general ones, like a ton of global ones. But if you're a subscriber, you also get campaign-specific stickers that have a lot to do with each of these characters that are part of this campaign. So cool stuff there, and a fun way for you guys to interact. If you're interested in any of the characters in this campaign, we're also using the D&D Beyond plugin. You also see that when you mouse over as well. You can get a closer look at everyone's characters using their character sheets and check them out using that. Knowledge checks are free. Don't forget, guys. And let me hand out some inspiration. Looks like most of you used them from last week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you want to take my good boy card away?
Yes, I do.
Lawful good.
I'll draw Kevin's.
Okay, I was gonna say, if whoever is playing Kevin, or kind of commandeering him, you can grab another one. There you go. If you guys want to trade, now's the time to do it. Otherwise, we'll just do rolls for recap.
Just to go. Just so everybody knows, Kevin's got advantage. He's got advantage. Everything else sucks.
Nice.
Here, I'll trade Kev for Kevin's. There you go. You can have that one. I'll take this one.
Sweet. Sounds good.
All right. Cool. So, now. Why don't we roll to see who wants to give
Oh God,
the
no.
recap?
Oh, I will finally suffer karma.
Wait,
Uh-oh.
I haven't rolled.
I think I did it last week.
Oh, there's always room under the bar.
Well, Slim, you calling immunity, or are you rolling?
I'll roll. Why the hell
Don't
not?
do it, Slim.
Do it.
Please
Do
don't
it. Okay, all right. All right.
Ill, what happened last time?
Dark Frontier.
Yeah, so I was going to buy wood or whatever, and then somehow the little halfling got some sort of crazy demon hunter thrown in jail, and they were talking about, like, busting him out for some reason. I don't know. It sounded pretty crazy, but whatever. Listen, not my business. What was my business was getting this fucking lumber so we could get off this horrible planet eventually. So, what we did, we rented this ice rhino. It's a crino, just FYI. So we could take the cart, go out, cut the lumber, bring it back, and yeah, we'll have a way off the rock eventually. Also, there was a place we went to, a farm, that had peppers. These hot peppers that'll keep you warm in the cold. Also probably a pretty good ingredient for the mammals. I'll have to keep that in mind. Oh, yeah, the lumber, right. So we went to get the lumber in a place called, like, Deadwood or something like that. I don't know, I don't remember. But listen, point being, there was a bunch of spooky undead that came up from underneath the snow that seemed real desperate for warmth. So we gave them warmth. Bullets. We gave them bullets. Hot lead. And we're fine. We got the wood. Right, Jason? We got the wood?
You guys were finishing chopping up the last 5 pounds of wood when Emma, in her wolf form, I believe it's a dire wolf, right? Is that what you
I'm a
transformed
big
into?
old fluffy red dire wolf, yeah.
In dire wolf form, just sort of doing a little bit of scouting after what you guys surmise is the necrotic energy from these undead trees gave life to some of the corpses in this area buried under the snow and earth coming back to life. As she was scouting around, her nose picked up a scent out north from you all, and as she peered up, she smelled the scent of bones and death and something else, and she also, using her keen wolf eyes, was able to perceive, not too far in the distance, what you surmise, Emma, about 30 or so feet out, is a faint glowing blue light moving in between the trees. You're not sure what the source is. You can just see the ambient glow coming from in between them.
We were told to stay away from those, by the way. The town had a bunch of superstitious gobbledygook nonsense that kept contradicting each other, but the one thing we did here, don't go towards the light. So,
we did
maybe
also figure out that it's necromancy that's causing all this stuff.
Right. Yeah, there's some sort of ritual or something going on. Point being, maybe we hurry up with this wood chopping and get the fuck out of here.
Most sensible thing I've heard all day.
Didn't we find a backpack with letter in it and bandages from that?
Yeah. Well, I don't know did we confirm it was from the demon hunter?
Only a strong suspicion.
You guys found a backpack with a letter, a hastily written scroll in it that read, "Can't remember, came from the north, pulled myself from the ice, tried to travel, find something, the devil got me." You also, I believe it was Thunder who was able to trace. He didn't see footsteps necessarily, but perhaps some of the debris from where a foot would have trod through the snow, and was able to dig, I think with a natty 22, through the snow to find what looked to be a kind of ratty bandage piece. There's no blood on it, but it's just kind of tattered with a bit of dirt shoved over it.
The whole point, though, is that is just another good reason to get him out of jail.
Or just talk to him.
Yeah.
What's up, Anna? Anna has given Slim extra inspiration, so grab another one of those.
Congratulations.
Also, she has triggered the terror, so that
fuck.
will
Ah.
happen
No.
Terror.
in this session.
Oh, do I get a weird ticket for the recap, or are we not doing that anymore?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. You find a expedition ticket in your pack still. So yes, you get a
Nice.
An expedition shard.
So that's not going to trigger just yet, Anna, but I have a spot where it is available to happen, and I'll let you know when it does.
All right. Does it look like we could reasonably get the last 5 pounds we need before this thing is upon us? This light?
You, Ironhide, Anna just gave you an expedition ticket, so you get an extra one.
They're my favorite.
You get the sense, Il, that from the chopping here, you'll need just a couple extra minutes. And because this thing is not too far off, perhaps 30, 40 feet out, depending on its speed, you're not sure what it is or where it's coming from. Perhaps it's just a lantern, it's unsure. If you were to continue chopping at this rate between the two of you, Ironhide and you, Il, that you would not be able to finish chopping the wood in time before whatever this was to encounter you. You at least think that, based off of any humanoid form.
All right. Two things. One, we run. Two, I pop a smoke grenade on the hippo. He gets the last 5 pounds, and then we run.
Well, we won't
Okay.
go very far without the wood. We just have to come back. So I vote for the latter, but I will
So,
listen to sense.
Keep chopping?
Ow.
Yeah. Was that a yes, a woo?
Ow.
A woo, indeed.
Okay, all right. Il's gonna say we should probably set up the crino, so he's like ready to go once that shit's loaded.
Sure.
And Il will pop a smoke grenade on between the light and the hippo. So I'm just gonna throw a ye old smoke grenade, so that it's 20 foot radius. That's actually pretty large. Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. 4.
You said 20-foot radius?
Yeah, so it's like that.
Holy shit, that is big.
40 foot across, yeah.
Oh, that I
So,
got too big. There we go.
Yeah. However, it's interposed to where it's obscuring our friend.
Yeah, you get the sense that if it continues approaching, this will handily, at least as far as you know, obscure the view distance between whatever it is moving through, coming towards you, and Ironhide and the mount.
All right.
I'm a cloud.
No, you're not. You're a hippo. Now, finish chopping.
A thick band of dark, voluminous smoke begins to pour out from one of Il's grenades and begins to fill the area. The light here, of course, as I've always mentioned, is already dim and difficult to perceive things since everything has just sort of the dull reflection of the moonlight on it. But this smoke certainly makes seeing any further up north now impossible unless you guys were to work around it. So, what is everyone's passive perceptions?
Oh boy.
13.
11.
Well,
Anybody
How's it
15
going?
plus?
Oh no.
Passive
Direwolf?
Passive perception. Yeah, what's your passive? Is it Direwolf, Emma?
Direwolf, 13.
My passive perception's 14, but my passive investigation's 17, if that matters.
What do keen senses say on Direwolf?
Keen senses. The wolf has advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing or smell.
Oh, okay. So your passive perception's actually +5.
it's 5%, yeah.
Yeah.
What? It doesn't say that.
It
That's
does.
awesome.
Yeah, it's a hidden rule in 5th edition.
Yeah.
That's cool. So Jason, it's an 18.
Well, something I did not know either. What a game hack.
Should have watched
Yeah.
the Smash You episode today.
Emma, you as the dire wolf, flicking up one of your furry ears, can hear in the distance the soft crunch of snow, and you also hear the pull, the strain of what sounds like bone against bone in the distance. It raises the hair across your back.
Is it close?
It's difficult to tell from this distance, especially with the smoke there now.
Can I move around the smoke and just take a little look?
Sure.
Maybe we should try to distract it over here to keep him away from the cart.
I will. That sounds like a good plan.
I'm the best wood chopper.
I wanna go all the way over here and go out. See if I can.
It fires a bunch of times into the air.
Yeah.
Oh man. Loud fire rings out from both Ill's weapons as well as Emma. You're giving a big howl over there
Yeah.
off to the side. It is about at this point, as you two move over that way, that the light bouncing off of the trees begins to become brighter, and you can now hear, all of you can hear the shifting and trudging through snow. There is a strange off-putting sound of bone as well that shifts with whatever this movement is. Ill and Emma, from your position, the light begins to continue to get bright and shifting between two of the nearest trees that make up this sort of enclosure and moving into the clearing. Only but a few feet in front of the smoke bomb in front of you, you see a creature up ahead. This creature looks as though it is made of antlers, bone, and maybe even some pieces of steel put together in some way. You also notice that within its open maw, there seems to be a deep blue glow that is actually lighting some feet around it.
The dire wolf runs away from the Illithid, past the robot, past the Cogman, and she starts yampering and hollering, and it's like she wants you to follow her this away from all of everything.
Oh my. Okay. Things look bad out there, I suppose.
Can I take a investigation check on it or perception check? Anything? Get a visual on it.
I'll say you guys have enough time to decide whether you're going to stay and figure some stuff out or retreat. Only because right now, the way that you're positioned, Thunder, is in front of the smokestack, so you cannot see through it.
Gotcha.
So I would imagine Ill and Emma, well, Ill rather, probably explains what he sees through telepathy. But you don't see it.
Arcana check? Can I
Sure.
take an Arcana check on it?
Yeah, knowledge checks are free, absolutely.
16.
With a 16, Ill, perhaps some tiny bit of your Illithid community, the hive mind that you at one point shared, now severed from being away from your group, but maybe some pieces of that knowledge still stick in your mind. This creature rings out in the back of your mind. It is a golem. More specifically, you remember it being called a doom golem.
A doom golem. Oh, I see.
Sounds awfully fun.
You remember in the back of your mind that a doom golem is constructed as an incarnation of death itself.
Do I feel like... Do I feel like it's just time to go at this point?
You would get the sense from that check that is likely not good news, though in terms of its physical or whatever abilities it may have, you're unsure. You just get the general sense from that Arcana check that this is not even just like a neutral golem, but probably bad news.
All right, Psychic Huddle. We sticking with the Ironhide chop stuff plan, or we hightailing it?
Another trudge through the snow.
I tell.
Yeah.
I said let's go.
All right, I'm out of here. I beeline it towards the road.
Yeah. Bolt motions at the wolf and then points at the thing. The ice, what you call it?
Are you getting on top of it?
Rhino.
Hell no! Are you crazy?
Okay.
You can
Okay.
ride Emma the wolf. She's
Oh.
she's a big old dire wolf.
Okay. We gotta get the ice boy moving. The Captain Bosun, make sure you take care of your charge there and come on.
Oh, are we going now?
Yes!
Okay, we're going now. Come on, my little friend. You're my favorite. I'm gonna talk to you while we leave.
A strong white mist leaves from its nostrils as it begins to pick up speed and kind of trudges along at like a galloping speed along with you, Emma. And you guys begin to head out just as the golem-like creature begins to shift and disappear into the black smoke laid out by you, Ill. You all continue to run and essentially just get out of there. As you make some distance, trudging through the snow, maybe some of you jumping in the back of the cart. Let's say Cogman jumps in the back.
Could I, for safety, as we're going, could I cast Long Strider on the Rhino?
What does that do?
You touch a creature, target's speed increases by 10 feet until the spell ends, and it's going to last an hour.
Sure.
Just to make sure that he's hoofing it.
You give a tap with your finger and touch the icy cold fur with a little bits of some fur ending in icicles as they snap off as you just give it a touch. And you watch as its speed begins to pick up, nearly matching Emma's, even in her dire wolf form. As you guys begin to hightail it out of there, you begin to see, before the trees behind you hide the area, you begin to see the faint glow begin to push through the smoke that you laid down, Ill, before you guys make enough distance where the trees begin to cover that area and you can no longer see the creature.
Okay. All right, well, we're only 5 pounds short. We can get meat and potatoes started on the repairs, right? The important thing was that nobody died this time.
Well, we got that much going for us. Alright, maybe the information's worth another 5 pounds. Let's go back to town, I suppose.
Sure.
Anybody know any traveling songs?
Ow.
Songs?
Ow.
Oh?
I'm gonna talk to my friend.
You guys continue up. Oh, sorry. Slum, go
No, I
ahead.
was just going to say, I can't say I know much music other than what's local. On Nyokokyo. Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's not music, that's just sounds run through a computer.
It is. It's all sad and weird.
Okay, boomer.
You know what I miss is the jug music.
Oh,
That was my favorite song.
I can play the spoons. We could start a fucking bluegrass band.
Bolt looks genuinely hopeful for a second. And then remembers it's ill and says, well,
Thunder tries to run his fingers over his metal chest plate like a washboard.
I get zoomies while we go to town just to run as fast as I can while I have a bolt on my back.
oh god! You ever seen that video of the monkey riding the dog? It's just like, that's what I'm imagining right now.
It takes you guys roughly about 10 minutes to clear the thick area here in between the trees of Dead Frost Forest and find your way back onto the path that leads you back past the stone walls through the entrance back into T.H.U.N.D.E.R. As you make your way back onto the path that is carved out in between the sides of thick snow that well up on each side, dirt covering this area, you all make it. You look down and see that, as you mentioned, there's not exactly 20 pounds here, but about a good 17. Perhaps they can make the most of what they have here and fix whatever they can. As you guys continue, you can see in the distance now, with about another 5-minute trip down this road here at a moderate pace, you guys will reach the stone walls of T.H.U.N.D.E.R. How long does the enlarge spell last on Ironhide?
Oh, that's right. He was big. Let's
Not
see.
very long, I don't think.
I think it's more than a minute. I don't.
No, I don't think it was. Yeah.
If it's not more than 10 minutes in Ironhide, you're going to slowly shrink back down to your normal, but still relatively muscular and stocky size.
Yeah, it was just
Still
for a
big.
minute.
You thick.
And Emma, how long does your direwolf form last?
3 hours.
You stay in your direwolf form, continuing to shift outside of the woods.
We might want to let those guys know what we saw out there. I mean, just to be safe. I mean, I don't know how we're going to convey that to them, but I mean, at least give them a general sense of what, I mean, in case this thing comes into town.
I don't know. It sounds like they already know about it. You know, they were talking about the lights in the woods and all that. I'm sure they can handle it.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to be our problem yet. So let's not make it that way.
Hey, now you're talking.
I don't like anything called a death whatever.
Doom Golem.
Doom Golem, not better.
You can now all see the bridge up ahead that leads to the front gates, where a Goliath and human covered in some thick furs are standing at their post in front of 2 large wooden doors that lead into T.H.U.N.D.E.R.
Before we go into town, Emma's gonna find a little bump of snow to jump into with Bolt, and then she's gonna pop out as a halfling, because
Okay.
she doesn't want to jump in town as a wolf, big old red wolf.
Not a bad idea.
You could have left me on the other side of the snow berm, you know.
I could have. Yes, I could have.
Well, as long as you know. Everybody, are we ready?
Yeah.
You head up to the 2 guards, and they nod. These are 2 that have seen you pass through before, and they pull open. They like rap on the wooden door, and you hear a shifting of wood from inside, and hear the 2 large doors creak as they open up into T.H.U.N.D.E.R. Soft, chilly wind blows against you all as the doors are fully open.
Ooh. So we can go in?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go in. All right, cool.
Carrying, along with your party, using the Crino to pull the cart with most of the wood attached, you guys find yourselves back within T.H.U.N.D.E.R, where your marker is down below, having moved from Dead Frost Forest, and finding yourselves back in town.
Well, we're on the clock with old Hoofsy here, so let's get him back right away.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a good one. He's one of the good ones. Mammals.
Yes. One of many.
One of some.
Okay.
So you guys heading back to the animal pens first?
I think so.
Yeah.
We can probably handle the rest of the wood on our own. We probably don't need a cart. Well, we need to take the wood to the ship and then bring the animal back.
Shit,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, could we handle 5 pounds of wood between, like, if 2 of us, like,
Yeah. Yeah. 5 pounds is nothing. We can do
Well,
that.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I
Okay.
mean, if you guys didn't want to use the car, you'd have no trouble splitting up 17 pounds between each of you to carry it.
Well, we're not in any danger of like running an extra day on this thing. We may as well just run it back to the ship and then run back here.
yeah, it's true. Do we have enough time to make it to the ship today? Because that was through the village anyways, right?
So you guys rented this Crino and
Yep.
pretty much just immediately set off for the forest. So honestly, you guys probably still have like 12 plus hours with this thing. Like it hasn't even been half of a day.
Yeah, let's just take it back and then drop it off.
I think that's a excellent plan.
Is there a way? Do you think? Should I try to? I don't know. To look for 5 pounds of wood, see if anybody's willing to trade or whatever. Well, you guys.
I suppose that does beg the question. We don't need everybody to go. If some of you guys want to stay, that would be excellent. Yeah, find out what we can. Don't start anything. But yeah,
Yeah, okay.
you got something to say? I'm welcome to all suggestions.
I'll get that 5 pounds of wood. Don't worry.
Anybody else want to stay? He says, hopefully.
Yeah, I'll stay.
Excellent.
I'll stay with you, boss.
Okay. And how about you, big guy?
I'm good at chopping wood.
How long will it take them to get back to the ship, roughly? Like,
If they were leaving right at this moment toward the ship to get both there and back would probably take about 20 or so minutes.
Yeah, we're fine. We're fine.
how many people are going?
Just you and me so far, big bud.
Big Gith, you should go with them just in case any trouble goes around.
Okay. I can do it.
And I suppose, Mr. Cog, why don't you even out the numbers and stay here and keep an eye on
No,
everybody?
you should go with you, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well then, we've got a regular travel party, then let's set out. You guys have fun. Not too
All right.
Can I
Have
talk to the
fun.
Crino again, or are we leaving it?
much. No, we're gonna bring it with you. You got plenty of time to talk to him.
I'm gonna talk to him again.
Excellent.
So who's my team A, team B? Team A is who? Staying in town.
Il and Emma, right?
Uh-huh.
All right.
That's totally deviant.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be me.
You guys are town bound. I'm assuming we'll say Cogman sticks with you if you want.
I know you would like to get away from us, but you know, you're still young. You can't stay at home and stay in town alone.
And then
I'm not.
the others, as I've split them up here, are going to head back towards the ship. As both of you guys begin to push forward, Team A and Team B, getting ready to go your separate ways, off to the northern part, about right here on the map below that you see as you're passing the area that was designated as the speaker's house. There is a little bit of a clear area here between some dead wood looking trees. You notice quite a few what look like a mixture of some dwarves and Goliaths that are grabbing at what at first looks like just some large hills of snow, but that you notice as they grab at the ground and begin to pull that these look to be like large furry tarps that have been laid over something. As they begin to pull, the whole area shifts and you see the snow begin to fall off of what look like large cloth sheets that are covering something. As they pull them off, you now see what looks to be 2 or 3 large areas where there are stakes sticking up from the ground with a number of piled wood at their base. This looks like, without needing to really have a check, you guys get the sense that this is likely some type of burning pit.
With wood. Excellent.
You know, we're not breaking that guy out of prison, right?
come?
Because he's in the drunk tank. Can't you wait like 12 hours for him to get out normally?
I don't know. There's something fishy about that gel.
There's nothing. You instigated a bar fight and then got a man thrown in the drunk tank.
He was asking me questions, and I told him everything he wanted to hear, and I did that.
Listen, maybe we could just go talk to him, huh?
Okay, sure. We can try that first and see how it goes. Play it by ear. Good idea. Play it by ear.
You see some of the dwarves nearby. A couple of them raise their eyes to look up at you, but don't really make any type of indication or any real significance as they look your way and turn back. A couple of them have what looks to be a round handful of ropes that they begin setting at the base of these wood logs that surround one large post that sticks probably some 15-20 feet up in the air at the centers.
What does this look like? What is this whole...
This looks like a witch burning thing, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, well,
Hey. What's all this?
One of the dwarves looks over and kind of pulls his collar up a little bit and pulls the fur at the edges of his hood a bit out further to keep from the snow from hitting his face. And he steps over and says, "It's the burning pit. Yeah, we got some trouble in town these days, and this is our way of justice."
Oh. Wow. Well, what are you burning tonight?
We're doing a bit of some preparation, seeing as if we need to use them. Looks like our
look at Ill.
Ill says, "Well, I don't suppose you'd have any spare kindling, would you? We're in the market for about 5 pounds of it."
Make a persuasion check.
Why do I always do this? Why do I always do this to myself?
Guidance would work.
Cogman's there. I'm sure he's persuasive and would love to help.
Hey!
Cogman came.
You guys decided to send Cogman with us, so
You guys are still together. This
Sorry.
is right before you split up. This is like you guys noticing this as your two parties were beginning to split.
Everyone's here?
Yeah, we'll say everyone's still here to see this.
Oh, okay. Someone help.
yeah. Well, I say, I don't know why this guy's trying to make deals without me, but I clearly am persuasive of the two of us. I say, good man. I do need a bit of lumber. What are we persuasioning?
Yeah, you can either give ill advantage or you can roll as well. It's
Roll
fine.
it yourself.
I got expertise. I'll take that. Hey,
It's a big number.
23.
That's mathematically higher than I could have rolled.
The dwarf looks back at the 3 posts that stand out here with quite a bit of wood set at its bottoms and looks back your way and says, "Well, we don't even know if we're going to be using them yet, just getting raring to go. How much did you need?"
Well, we were 5 pounds short, I believe.
20 pounds. We need 25.
5. Just, we're fine.
He looks back and says, "We could spare that for you travelers. Oh, you're not trying to burn this for fuel, are you?"
Oh, no. We need to use it as repair materials. You see, our caravan broke down not too far outside the city.
All right, fair enough. We can spare it for you. I've seen your faces here in the village before.
Yeah.
Toss it your way. Just stay out of trouble.
Oh, of course.
You
So
watch.
kind, the people here.
You watch as he and another dwarf gather up a couple bits of wood for you and bring them over and hand them off to you. He also kind of notices that you're trailing with a crino that has a little cart pulled behind it with plenty of other wood, so he's kind of happily hands it over
Hey,
and
dwarf.
nods. Yeah.
When was the last big old justice powwow, and what was it for?
I mean, the use of the burning pits.
Oh yeah, barbecue. Justice.
Jesus.
Probably about 2 or so months back.
Oh yeah.
Group of bandits tried to sneak into town. They first just attempted to swindle a couple members here at the city. But I suppose when that didn't turn out for them, they out and out started pulling the people into some of the alleyways, trying to hold them up with some blades, threatening their lives. The speaker doesn't take too kindly to that. Made sure to put them on display to ensure that no other bandits came around these parts anytime soon.
Yeah, purged them by fire.
Kept us all warm that day.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's good as fuck.
Well, it's not our place to judge, being from, where are we from again?
Gettysville.
Gettysville? That's not right.
Oh my god. We have to go. Bye.
Good luck to you.
We'll see you. Thank you again.
Kind of separates and
Okay.
heads back over to the group.
This is great. We got all the wood we need. And as long as we don't hold people up at knife point, we're fine.
Let's not.
We're fine.
Yes. All right.
As long as I don't take this scarf and hood and goggles off, we're fine.
Or none of us use any magic.
So if you guys are happy and don't want to do anything else, we'll say that ship group, which includes the Crino, Bolt, Ironhide, and Thunder, begin to head out east towards the squid ship. Meanwhile, town group, Emma, Cogman, and Ill stay within the town walls and do what they want to do. Is there anything you guys want to do before you split off?
Since we have the wood, I suppose not. Also, I think we should all talk to this demon guy, demon player, demon hunter, whatever he is, in person all together. So I'll just...
In that case, let's all just go to the ship together and then come back together.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, let's just do that. Let's do that.
Okay. You guys know that Latch and it would be Latch and Porg who would
Potatoes.
be Latch and Porg are staying at the Frosted Nibber Tavern.
Oh.
But yeah, gotta grab them, yeah.
Go collect them.
Briarburn and Crude are still back at your ship because Briarburn had suffered the pretty severe burns.
Immolation, yes.
He was basically dead if not for a freak miracle.
You guys begin to head out that way all together now. It takes, let's say, like I mentioned, about 20 minutes for you guys to push out between the walls, headed out that way. The two guards that are posted up in this area, as you guys are moving out from the doors that are headed out east into the Snowy Valley area, they turn to you all and say, you guys get your everything you need for your caravan? Looks like you've gathered quite a bit of wood here. Hopefully that'll make repairs.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Good luck to you, he says.
Thank you, thank you.
You guys press on, pushing past.
Yeah.
They just get rid of this.
Yeah.
So you head
Wait.
out.
Press on nails.
You guys continue that way through the snow, and finally in the distance, through the beating snow, most of you covered in thick furs, and there's still a little bit of warmth left, although it is fading now for both you, Bolt and Emma, from eating that pyre pepper as you continue. You
That's what I was-
also now begin to put 2 and 2 together that perhaps the Pyre Peppers were somehow tied into the pyres that were set up at the burning pit.
Oh, are we eating? Are you all eating people? Oh, that's delicious, literally delicious.
There's a silhouette in the distance outlining your ship, and you begin to move that way.
Sorry, a silhouette in the distance near our ship?
A silhouette in the distance that outlines it's your ship in the distance as you guys
okay.
continue
It's
on.
our ship. Okay,
Yeah.
it is our ship. Got it.
It's quiet. The wind beats on you, and you guys kind of just collectively grabbing a handful of wood and making way on top of the ship, tying the Crino nearby to one of the ship's sides. Begin to head up and drop down below into the deck of the ship. You hear heading up to the floor that you're on below the surface deck. Hey guys, is that you? Oh god. It's happening. It's finally happening. Alright.
Potatoes.
You don't want to mess with me because I am a pirate with a certain amount of expertise and a set of skills that will make you very sorry.
Oh, I'm scared. I'm gonna run away. Ah! Oh wow! Did you see that big old beast, crew? Did you just fight off that big old beast?
Did you guys hear that? That was me. I just scared off whatever that thing was. Did you hear it just now?
Oh wow! You're the best janitor in the entire world.
I am one of the best pirates in this sector, wherever this sector currently is. Crude says as he climbs the ladder up to the same level deck as you all now. Meeting
He's
your
not
gaze.
me.
Well, I bet that was such an effective trick. I bet it was one of those that'll only work once, and we don't want to teach people that that is the way to deal with those kind of situations.
Meh.
But good job.
Yeah, so welcome back. He has no face, but you see where his top form begins to shift a little bit back and forth. You guys bring the others back?
Yeah. What? You said the others?
Yeah.
Yeah, we grabbed them before we left.
Oh, did you guys bring the other 2 with you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why
okay.
would they stay in town?
Oh, no, okay, I'm sorry. They're coming with you. So Latch and Pork are with you guys then. Alright. They
Latch.
crawl down along with you.
Leche and potatoes.
Anything to report? Crude?
No,
Else you're dastardly run in with a
Monster.
monster.
Demon. Wolf
Demon.
demon.
Anything else?
not too eventful, just had the happenstance of having those very nice people drop by and mention that you guys said that they're gonna grab up old meat and potatoes, as you like to call them, and bring them on into town, give them some nice healing, which is very
Wait.
nice of you guys to do. That was an extra bit of stress off my
Wait.
shoulders now, and
Wait.
now I'm able to sit back and relax.
Which
Shut up,
town?
crew. Shut up.
Oh, what's that?
I need you to think very carefully now, Crude. Which town came
Right.
by?
The town you guys came from, you called it Chillimere, or Chillimere, I guess, is the town, but the planet's called Chillimere. It's very strange wording.
They took them.
Well, yeah, you guys told them to come get them, right? There's a nice place in town, a healer that can fix them up.
No.
Well, I don't.
Kyle's asking. We didn't, right?
You guys don't remember doing this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Bolt turns tail as soon as he finishes like his second sentence and just starts trying to find something in the snow.
I'd like to take an investigation check.
Well, I will too after they're done conversing.
Crude is just, he has no facial expressions. He's an amoeba. He's just staring at you with a blank face.
What did they look like?
I couldn't see them too well. I guess they look like humans, mostly covered in the furs, I mean, I'm not going to say you guys all look the same, but they were pale,
Okay. How about
white.
big, pale and white? Wait a
Maybe
minute.
brown hair, but also it could have been blonde hair. Not great at recognizing hair color just yet. I have none.
Okay.
Covered in plenty of furs, possibly from a fox or maybe a bear, because bears have fur, right? Yes. Yeah.
Okay, where did they have? They were skin. They had skin, right? Like skin.
Well, yeah. I guess that would be pretty weird if they didn't, right? Am I
Okay, so they
supposed to
were-
assume that? I mean, we're still on the track of if they don't have skin, that's something to worry about, right?
Yeah.
Or is there a
they were
variety
body
of humans that
white.
don't have skin?
All right. Something that smells like potatoes, and the other one, I like a cloth or something. I want to try to. I'll turn into a wolf again. I'll track them down. Maybe we can do that.
Oh, God.
Did they say anything about the ship, by the way?
No. They just
not?
said they were real nice people. I'm beginning to get the sinking suspicion that you guys didn't actually tell them to do this, from what it seems like.
No.
Crude, buddy. You remember what we talked about? How we're not supposed to let anyone on this planet find the ship?
Well, now, I completely agree, but they happened to call out to me, and making sure that I was keeping everyone safe, went up to speak to them myself, and they had already been there, were standing at the side of the ship. They didn't seem mad or anything like that, or surprised, so doing what a good pirate does, I engaged in a little bit of parley.
Oh, God.
Did they know your name beforehand?
My name? No, they just asked if I needed any assistance, and that they had been sent by you guys.
Did they name us? Did they name us by name?
Well, they didn't name you guys specifically by your names, but they did happen to have a good description of you all. So, of course, engaging in a good parlay as a pirate does, I acquiesced towards them and made sure to let them know that, yeah, we could use some assistance. And they said that you guys had told them specifically to head over and provide assistance. And of course, I let them know about old poor Briarburn down there and his probably permanent scarring, unless they can fix it, of course. And they said they have a nice healer in town, and then they were asked by you guys to lend some aid. So,
Jason, does this sound like the two people that Cogman and I saw on the way to the adventure store that were talking about tall tales and stuff?
Make a investigation check.
Okay. I'm okay at these. Roll. Yeah, I'm okay at these. 19.
There is something about the way that Crude is explaining these to you, perhaps a certain inflection of the way he's talking about the way they spoke to him, or something else that gives off the impression that these two that you saw before, just, casually conversing to one another as they passed you all, and talking about some rumors outside of the forest, that this may have been them.
Oh, God, see, this is why...
We have to go. We have to go right now. We can't waste it. We're setting a fire pit. Who knows if their justice is fire, which is kind of cool. But like, what's their healing? I mean, my healing's fire, but it's like nice fire.
Leave the other ones here with the wood. Don't let anyone else in, Crude.
Oh, hey, look, I was doing what I should as a pirate. Was I supposed to dispense with the stabbing first?
Bolt, can you field this one?
Bolt and Thunder are out front. We're not here.
Fuck.
Okay. So new job. It's you're the ninja now. You're the ninja pirate. So everything's a secret, and you don't.
What's a ninja?
Oh my god! You don't.
Listen to me. I got it. Listen to me. You're not as good as me. You could try to be, but you're not.
Oh, I'd like
Stop
to be
doing-
very much.
Yeah, you're not the mayor. You're not the captain. You're not the bosun.
Well, maybe
Protect-
not here, but I was a mayor
Protect-
back on my home planet.
Which I'm better than you at your home planet. Listen to me. Defend the ship. Don't let anybody on, even if they say that the pirate mayor, captain, bosun, Umber Hulk smashing skeleton slayer statue told you. You understand?
Well, I certainly understand, Ironhide, and I just want to clarify, not to step on your toes, but just to point out that, A, I did technically defend the ship. There's been no damage to it, and B, they did have like some type of stretcher, I guess you will, made up of some furs. I didn't allow them to step on the ship. I brought Briarburn's burnt body to them and set it on the stretcher. So, not trying to play technicality rules, but I did fulfill what you asked.
Very.
Crude.
Yes.
We have wood. We have special wood.
Excellent.
It can't be burnt. It can't be burnt. There's a special way you have to burn it, and you have to stare at it for a super long. You cannot take your eyes off this wood. You have to just stare at it. So I need you to start staring at this wood.
If I stare at the wood, I burn the wood?
Eventually, yeah. You'll start to see smoke or whatever.
Do I want to burn the wood? Weren't we using this to fix the giant hole you see right here in the ship?
We have to make sure it's fireproof. So you look at that wood, and you know it's okay to look around every once in a while, but don't leave that spot away from the wood, because if it starts catching on fire, that's when you know that's bad wood. So just stay here, watch the wood,
All right.
and don't leave from that spot or anything.
Okay, fair enough. I can take on this responsibility, but just, Emma, as a contingency plan, if the wood does in fact catch on fire, what plan of action would you suggest that I take?
All you have to do is just throw your body in the wood, and it will stop. It will stop.
That
So,
seems...
All right, hey, go get buckets of snow. Throw snow on it.
Oh, good point. Good point. Okay. Fair enough. This will be a big responsibility for me to both protect the ship and to not take my eyes off of this bundle of wood you guys have said in here. But I will do everything that I can. I will also follow your rules, Ironhide. Although I'm just clarifying, I have been up until this point, but I will continue to do so.
I'm going back to town. Fuck this.
All right, at ease. Crude, you're doing fine work. Fine.
Fuck you, Crude. Fuck you.
Fine work.
Not sure about the particular terminologies, but fuck you guys too. I hope you have a great one.
Pirate terms.
Hey, fuck everybody, right? Have a good one.
Is that scene from Coming to America? Hey, I'm yours. Yes, I'm yours. Fuck you too.
Oh boy, let's say, what did we find out here, Thunder? We got stuck between two accents, couldn't decide which one to follow.
Wait, have we heard any of this sitting outside?
You've heard some commotion coming from down below, but if you didn't enter, you didn't hear it fully.
You heard Emma scream, "Fuck you, Crude," and I'm saying,
Yeah.
"Fuck you back."
Sounds
you.
like it's going good, boss.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Anna, for that +1. I'll use that somewhere.
What did you find anything while you were looking around with your investigation that you were doing?
It's a good question.
And I give you Bardic Inspiration. You get D6 if it
Ooh.
once.
Let
Let's
me
see.
know what you're using this investigation for.
Kind of like a general patrol. Like, hey, we just got back to the ship. I want to make sure everything looks good. Like, I saw a giant doom golem or whatever the hell it was. Make sure that nothing was lurking. I mean, I obviously don't know that people were here and left yet, but just in general, like making sure things are on the up and up.
Okay.
Let let me. Dirty 20. And Bardic Inspiration, yeah. How long does the inspiration last?
Yeah, you got 10 minutes with it, so I would save it.
All right,
But
just
it's
make
your
a
choice. Yeah.
Dirty 20 then.
With a dirty 20, you investigate the surroundings near the ship. If there was 2 people who did indeed take Briarburn, you do not see any tracks that would have left from the side of the ship here to go anywhere, but that is likely because of the snowfall here, Thunder. Otherwise, nothing else seems to be off or anything that sticks out that is incredibly off-putting to you or interesting. However, as you peer up through the snow further towards the east on the opposite side of the ship from where the town is, you see in the distance a silhouette of what looks to be a humanoid figure or about medium size.
Oh no. In which direction?
On the east side of the ship, so like further out from the town.
Okay.
You can just barely now, as you sort of like throw some hands up to kind of cover some of the snow from hitting your faceplate, can perceive the silhouette of some type of figure shifting through the
Can
snow.
I take a perception check on it?
Sure.
Yeah, it's a natural 1.
Oh,
Oh
like-
no.
I was gonna use my inspiration too. I should have.
That's time to go get a refill on wine for me, I think.
Boss,
Yeah?
some snow just hit me in my visor, and I really can't see a damn thing. Pardon me for swearing, boss. But
Sure.
towards the east, I thought I saw a humanoid-shaped silhouette. I think I saw like a person or something, but I can't see anything right now. I need to get like a chisel and get this off my visor. Sorry, boss.
Bolt turns to a bush that's about the same size as Thunder and says, "That's all right, Thunder. Don't worry. I got some pretty sharp eyes on me myself. Let me see what I can see." Nope. Fuck all. We'll have to wait for somebody else to get out here. I didn't roll, but I've got like a negative perception, so I'm just gonna wait for somebody who's good at it.
I'll also
I got
mention.
+2.
I'll mention at this point too, if you guys want to make. I forgot to enforce it so far, but everywhere here is dim light. So if you're trying to look off in the distance like here, you would get disadvantage. So just remember that.
Okay. Then that stuff that I said happens, and I don't make a check.
Sure. From what you were seeing, Thunder, through your visor, it looked like whatever that figure was probably heading in the opposite direction away from you.
Was
Oh,
probably
leaving from where we were at?
It looked like it.
It looked like it was trying to leave, boss. I don't know if we want to tail that. He's gonna take off his helmet just for a second and crawl up on there and just start beating the ice off and crawl back inside.
gross. So Bolt knows that Briarburn is missing, so he would tell you, well, that's fine, but unless you saw Briarburn out there, we're going in another direction. We gotta go find Briarburn. Is that what you think you saw?
Have they come out by this point?
The figure?
After you beat it off a bit.
Or are you talking about the other party members?
Yeah, I was wondering if they had come outside the
Yeah,
ship.
yeah. We'll say you guys have reconvened and shared. You know, Emma has yelled already, leaving Karud, so they've informed you of what's happened.
I'll put 2 and 2 together and say that might be it. Either that or it's a death golem, doom golem, a
Let me take a
nightmare.
look at this. Let me take a look. I am gonna roll at disadvantage. 12.
Oh boy.
The flavor for that is Bolt didn't know you guys were there, so he turns around to say, "Bob, hey everybody!" and he just screams at Emma's face.
God.
Oh, there you are.
Ugh.
Emma, with your perception check, even at disadvantage, you are able to see with a pointing of a finger from Thunder the silhouetted form of this humanoid-looking creature out in the distance. You can't make up any features other than sort of the darkened silhouette of it as the snow beats around you and the dim light already from the moon nearby. Although Thunder seems to assume that it's moving away from you guys, with your perception check, he's wrong. It's actually moving not towards you per se, but in this general direction.
We gotta kill it.
Wait. Why? What?
It's coming towards us. We gotta kill it. We gotta confront it, and then, or kill it.
It's coming straight for us. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I look around. Does it look like we have a place to, like, hide around the ship, or is the ship the only thing, like, in cover?
The ship is, like, floating 5 feet off the ground. And besides that, other than being actually on the ship itself, the area around here is just some very low rolling hills that make up sort of like a snowy valley around here. There's not too many trees that dot around those, so coverage I would normally say isn't much, but you are in dim light and there is the beating of snow around you, so unless whatever this is has some fantastic sight, you could potentially get the jump on it if you were to hide. You get the idea that it's definitely probably going to see the ship where it is, but maybe not you guys if you were to hide somewhere.
Okay. Bolt would turn to Ill and say, a couple of you go down and set up an ambush. If things go wrong, at least we got to jump on them.
All right, ambush, got it. Who else is subtle about stuff? Cogman? I'll take Cogman.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Do you want to maybe scout out a little bit? I can still turn into a wolf and go look around really quietly.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll do a Cogman Emma Ill thing.
A fine body, I'm sure. Keep safe now. Don't get exposed. We're gonna be the ones to take the front of the attack, and you guys come around back. Now, that is your objective. Understood?
Okay.
Excellent.
Hey, boss. When it gets closer, you want me to? I can make like images of myself. I could replicate it to make it look like there's more of me. Do you think that'd be a good idea? Maybe to intimidate the thing a bit.
Well, I don't know, but right now I don't see how it'll hurt. We'll find out.
Alright, when it gets close enough, when I think it's within a range that I'm not going to waste the entire duration of a minute, I'm going to cast Mirror Image on myself.
Okay. So, Emma, you guys, Ill, and Cogman, are you approaching it or waiting for it to draw closer?
I want to go stalk and take a look at it as a wolf. I want to perceive what exactly it's doing, what it is, if it's something that we really need to worry about and waste time on.
Alright.
It's not as good at stealth as Cogman and Emma, so he'll kind of like hang back, I guess, and like cover them because he has long range.
Okay, so Emma, you shift, your body begins to grow a large patches of fur. You feel your ears extending and growing, and you shift and shake off the snow in your direwolf form and begin to prowl through the crunching sound of snow below you. Your senses a bit keen than they were in your normal body. You shift through the snow. Cogman, you and Ill hanging back just a little bit off of the ship and pushing a little bit up ahead, but kind of letting Emma take the charge. Emma, you press ahead. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yes.
Then please give me a stealth check.
I'm gonna use my advantage for this.
Okay, I'm pretty sure, Ill, you guys actually just bought the cart, so you could just leave it on the ship.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm just leaving it there.
It's a +4. For some reason, the on. This is not working, so I'll roll it in here.
It is running slow tonight.
Okay, so 15.
Nice. And this cat is stepping on her computer. You trudge through the snow, lifting your paws up to try and be as quiet as you can, lowering your larger body close to the snow to meet it as closely as you can to help cover your form. And you shift through the snow. You feel pretty stealthy between the dim lighting on top of the general beating of snow that's in this area as you press on. As you press a bit forward, you're able to see, shifting through the snow, you can tell now from this distance that whatever this thing is, it's not like making a beeline for your ship. It looks like it's just moving past, almost as though it's trekking just due west, almost towards the town itself. And you can now make out, as the snow beats against its clothing, the form of a skeletal figure that seems to be passing through this area. It doesn't seem to notice you. The skeletal figure, as you hear the crunch of snow beneath its feet, it looks like it's dressed in the style similar to like a town crier.
Oh.
It carries in one hand an elaborate silver bell that it is not ringing, just kind of holding clenched in one hand. And in the other bony hand, it holds what looks like some type of rolled up scroll.
Can I do a
It's
religion
skull.
check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I thought you were done.
No, I'm sorry. That's my fault.
Well, yeah. It's rolling.
Is it too? Oh, never mind. You fucking nailed it.
23.
Interesting.
Wait a minute, I'm a wolf.
Wow.
You get your mental stats.
Yeah, you're a druid.
Yeah.
You get.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
You're still using Emma's brain. Emma, you may have not heard of what name this thing is, but from the way it is dressed and the way it moves, the way it carries a bell as if to signal others, and some type of rolled up scroll. It's like two rolled up ends of a scroll, so that if it was to unfurl it, it will probably just roll down and open up. But you can't see what it is because right now it's just held tightly in both hands, and it's the scroll is like wound up, so you can't see anything. You get the pervading sense, though, with your religion check that whatever this thing is, that it is some type of messenger, some type of teller of, with that religion check, it is foretelling some type of disaster.
Kill it!
I'll trot back to the boys and growl. Can Eel still talk to me?
I can communicate with you telepathically as long as you're within 60 feet.
Okay. Well, I growl and look at like I'm ready to attack. I'm just waiting.
Right.
I'm at heal right now.
What is it, girl? The well again?
What was it?
The well? Did they fall down the well?
So, boss, what are we gonna do?
It's close enough to be talking to us at the ship.
Okay.
Well, Emma makes her way back. Whatever this thing is, you guys are now able to see its silhouette in the distance. It's probably about 50 feet out. And you notice, now all of you guys notice, along with Emma letting you know from her being able to get a closer eye on it, that it doesn't look like it's headed towards you guys.
Oh, okay. No, well, let everybody stand down. If it's not coming for us, we don't need to start any problems now.
I know we're not going to turn tail and run, but doom golems, town crier of the dead, warning of the dead, and doom and destruction. This all sounds like this planet's about to be fragged, or like there's something bigger going on. I know we're looking for stuff, but I guess it goes without saying, stay on your toes, guys, because we need to figure out what's going on here and get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Could I take a general history check if I've heard of anything that related to these monsters?
Sure.
And you've still got that Bardic Inspiration active.
Oh, yes. I'm gonna burn one of my inspiration. I think it would be beneficial. There we go. And for Bardic Inspiration, just because. 25 total.
And what was that using?
History. To see if I have any clue about any of this, like if any of it starts to connect the dots on something that might be coming or happening.
What event that the creature here is trying to warn of, you're unsure. But with that check, you're able to deduce that with your history check, if there is something like this, you've read that it is likely not hostile. It simply comes to warn. But what it is warning of, you are unsure of. Didn't seem to notice Emma. She was stealthy enough, at least as far as she knows, to evade its gaze, and it just continues to trudge along in the snow. You guys are now able to begin to see the description that Emma likely gave you all of its skeletal form, its bony hands, and its dress that looks like it's a town crier. Its skull gleams white in the white with a tinge of red from the nearby red moonlight.
Should we go talk to it then?
It's a good question. If it's not gonna attack us, shit. Well, when you don't know, put it in the hands of fate. And he tosses a coin up into the air. Somebody call it.
Bolt uses an in-game luck.
Tails.
Yahtzee.
Even or odd.
Odd.
Odd. Hey! What did I decide that meant? That means that we are gonna...
Now I need to pick which one it means.
What is that? I guess, what is that? What do you want to do then?
Are we talking to it?
Yeah, it's whichever you decide is what the coin lands on.
Odd is talking to it. That's an odd thing to do. Let's do it.
Yep.
Nice.
If it ain't gonna hurt us, we might as well hear what it has to say. So, just the staging of this, is any one of us closer than the other?
No, you guys are all collectively like on board the ship, kind of speaking amongst one another. Emma had just a couple minutes ago crawled back up onto the ship deck in her war form with the help of you guys.
Bolt would make the signal that says maintain the plan, though something is going differently. He's gonna shout out to it, "Oh there, skeletal friend!"
Jesus Christ.
The form of the skeleton, now slightly distinguishable in between the tufts of snow that whiffed about in this area, stops its slow trudge through the snow and turns your way, Bolt, and begins to slowly approach you. And now you all hear, as it whips up one of its arms, the clinging sound of the bell. It just begins up and down. Ting, 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 ting.
And, what exactly does that mean, Shinji?
that something bad's gonna happen. I think these things are supposed to tell you.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe we should ask. What's got, I don't know, some folksy saying that marries skeletons with a bee in your bonnet. I can't think of one off the fly.
Shinji clears his voice and nudges you. I do declare, what news do you bring?
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, what news do you bring for my son and veiled daughter, apparently?
The undead crier takes another few steps towards your ship and continuing to just flick its arm up and down, the sound of the bell ringing in your ears. It holds up its other hand holding this scroll and unfurls it. Written on it, or perhaps painted on, is no words, but just a symbol of what looks like a setting moon, Emma. The same symbol you saw carved into the wood back in the Dead Frost Forest.
Oh boy.
It takes a couple steps forward now, about 30 feet out from your ship, looking up at you all on the top deck, and just stops, holding the sign of whatever this is out to you and just clinging its bell. It makes no motion to speak.
I can't, you'll forgive me, my eyes are quite old. I can't read it. Is that something you can read to us?
Can we take an Arcana check on it?
Can't read symbols, Bolt.
Yes, you can. Sure.
That's 10.
The Arcana check doesn't yield any results. You have no idea what this symbol is. It doesn't seem like it relates to magic per se, but you're also not incredibly sure either with a 10.
I try to commit it to memory. I think we should... Alright, so we got the lake, right? We still haven't seen what's going on at the lake, but the demon hunter guy might know something about this symbol, and we haven't talked to the speaker yet. I'm guessing the speaker is some kind of leader or something in the town. They might know what the symbol.
Yeah.
Or they might have another story for it.
That reminds me of a story.
Of a superstition.
Alright, I yell back at it and say, I really can't read it. Anything you can tell us at all?
It has been ringing the bell up and down for about a full 60 seconds, holding up this parchment with this glyph or symbol on it. It stops. It rolls the parchment back up with one hand, gripping the bell with the other, and swivels in the snow, almost facing the town now. It begins to slowly trudge that way.
Do I know what it's called?
No.
Well, either he was doing us a favor, or we just got cursed, one way or the other.
I don't feel cursed.
I do feel the same as well.
Thank you, Doom Warden.
Thank you. Goodbye.
You all yell this out to it. It doesn't turn to acknowledge it. It just continues to trudge, looking towards the town of Chillimere, slowly, one step after the other through the snow.
Well, that was fucking weird. Yeah. So, now what? We gotta figure out who stole our burn victim.
We do. I have forgotten out of character, but in character, I'm still very motivated to go back and find him.
Sniff, I want to sniff for potatoes.
Emma, give me a perception check based on sniffing around, so that's not a disadvantage.
Just want to spell your potatoes.
As you begin sniffing around, Emma, you guys see Crude climbing up onto the main deck. He's holding a block of wood in one of his pseudopods as he climbs up on deck. Hey guys, I'm still making sure to watch the wood, but I have multiple faculties that allow me to multitask. I just wanted to make sure that whatever that sound was, it wasn't some type of dinner bell. Were you guys saying it's time for dinner?
No.
Okay,
we were
sorry.
emphatically not. And also, whatever you think about doing, go ahead and run it by what was Latch and Porg. See if they both agree. If they both agree, then go ahead, go for it. But if either one of them disagrees with what you want to do, guess what you don't do.
All right, fair enough. Latch, Porg, what would you guys have me do? They both look at one another and say, head back downstairs and keep an eye on the wood. All right, fair enough.
You gotta learn that pirate ships are democratic. Even the captains have to acquiesce to the will of the crew.
This is actually true.
You guys watch as Crude heads back down.
Yep.
Latch and Porg turn to you all, and Porg says, we'll keep an eye on him, keeping an eye on the wood. Latch says, whatever you can do for Briarburn, please. I lost my brother. I don't want to lose another crew member. And he climbs down himself.
I can assure you that my main goal is to make sure everyone comes back alive.
Oof.
I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Said that out loud. No.
I should not have said that out loud.
Not have.
Emma, with your 15, you are sniffing around, certainly below decks in the area where Briarburn slept. There is a strong hint of his scent within this area.
Yeah.
Your nose in this direwolf form is so much better than your typical nose. You pick up so many scents and details that you never would in your humanoid form. It's almost like a completely new sense of perception. As you head out of the room where Briarburn was being kept while he was resting, the scent is still there, and you can almost begin following it like a trail. You head up one deck and then another onto the top of the deck. The scent of Briarburn grows more and more faint as you head up this way. You hop down off of the ship into the nearby snow and begin heading about 20-30 feet towards T.H.U.N.D.E.R before the last bits of his scent seem to fade from your nostrils.
I trot towards the town, so everybody knows.
You guys see Emma just kind of like sniffing, doing like the dog thing, just kind of sniffing across the ground. She hops down into the snow in her direwolf form. You can hear the sound of her snout. Just continues to move. She's actually beginning to walk towards T.H.U.N.D.E.R again.
Oh, excellent. We're on the warpath.
So you guys follow her back to town?
Mm-hmm.
You guys begin...
It's gotta be those two fuckers that we told about the caravan.
You guys begin heading back that way. It's about 15 or so minutes. Travel back, and in the distance, you can see the two town guards now standing posted up at the large wooden doors. Emma, you are kind of out front of the rest of the group as they head along behind you. What do you do?
I want to look for some kind of healing place, see if there's any healer, like hospital thing.
You continue approaching. Are you staying in your wolf form, just sniffing around, or what are you doing?
Can I be stealthy?
You can, just be aware that the two large wooden doors that lead into T.H.U.N.D.E.R are closed right now.
Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna stay by the group and pretend I'm their fucking animal.
You filthy animal.
Emma turns and kind of trots back to the rest of the group in their pack and kind of swivels and begins staying just a few feet away from the rest of you all as you guys begin to trudge back through town. You guys are about 30 or so feet out when both of the guards hold up their hands. Whoa, welcome back, friends. Sorry, but no wolves allowed.
It's not a wolf per se. You see, it's more of a dog, I suppose. It is a wolf, but It travels with us. It's been with us for quite a while. Got a little cooped up back there at the caravan. Started tearing up all of my couch cushions. Couldn't handle it.
No, it didn't. It's well trained, right?
Well, it's well trained and listens when somebody's around to tell it. Yeah. But when it starts chewing up couch cushions all on its lonesome, it's just stress. That's all.
That's it.
To be with, it's fine.
The Goliath guard on the opposite side of the human that spoke to you says,
That creature will cause trouble within town limits. You leave it back where it came from, or you do not access the city.
Oh, darn. All right, little Fido. Go around the corner and fetch Emma for us and tell her to come over.
Not even if we put it on a lead? Can we just put it on a lead? Like a rope?
No.
The harness?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Bolt takes a big step away from her and says, "Nah."
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll be here until Emma gets back.
All right, Emma is gonna trot away until she can find a puff of snow that's away from the site of the village, so she can jump in and jump out as Emma.
all right.
She wasn't too far back. She shouldn't be too long.
Emma, it takes you like a minute to just find a hill high enough to pop behind and then transform back.
Who's afraid of fucking dogs? What's wrong with this town? All right, they're all sus. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna start heading back to my wonderful group.
Mm-hmm. They see you catching up Emma, and they both nod. You watch the Goliath rap against the door. You hear the shifting of wood, and the two large wooden doors begin to open back in the Chillamere.
Maybe y'all wouldn't have such a problem if you had dogs. Just saying.
You say that to them?
Under my breath, I say that. Yeah, anyway, I'll say that out loud.
You guys are afraid of using guard dogs?
It's not afraid of me.
It's not the dogs we're afraid of. It's not the
How come?
wolves either, but they are an issue.
They are what?
They are an issue.
Hey, didn't that note we picked up? It didn't say anything about wolves or anything, did it?
No.
It said the devil.
Double.
All right, I was thinking maybe there's a werewolf thing or something with this moon, but who knows?
So in response, Bolt will say something about, "Yeah, an untrained wolf, they can't be the devil."
Sure.
Does that solicit any response from them? That's not the devil. I'll show you the devil. Nothing?
They look at you warily, and you notice their grip on their spears tense up a bit, but they don't say much. Or anything, rather.
What talking about?
It's just an expression, fellas. I don't mean anything by it.
They watch you warily as you pass by them into the large road that leads into the village.
See, if you guys invest in dogs and wolves and become their friends, they'll be pretty good allies, but you guys just want to be all weird about it. Whatever, later losers, have fun watching the gate by yourselves.
As you guys begin to trot into town, with some distance between you and the guards, as the doors begin to shut, you notice the two guards that are on the outside poke their heads inside and draw over the two that are standing in the inside of the city, and they seem to be speaking to them in some hushed whispers. And one of them, the Goliath that spoke to you, points a hand at your group.
What do you think that means?
That better be good.
I could mean a lot of things. But while we cross under, like, I imagine that this gate, there's some part that's covered, and I want to look at like the tracks in and out through that part to see if like I can, like if I notice any like, wheelchair tracks or something that indicates that they brought Briarburn through here.
You know the crew had mentioned that they had fashioned some type of like stretcher.
Yeah.
But as you look down into the sort of like where the snow has been traveled upon so much that it's just sort of melted and become mixed in with sort of the muddy earth beneath your feet, that there just is actually quite a number of tracks here. There's looks like a lot of boot tracks, but also some cart tracks. There's larger footprints similar to your Kryno that leads in. May have been from your Kryno because it was recently you guys left. You can make a check, but it'd be a disadvantage because there's just so much going on here.
Yeah, I'll go for it. I'm gonna make an argument for that being a survival check. He's tracking them.
Sure.
Sweet. Survival check.
Oh, can I assist on survival?
Sure. If you're trained in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Look, I'll show you how to do it. Look, just look around like this.
Look around you. Thanks.
Look around you.
Look around you. Cha-cha. Oh, 13. That's awful. That is all bonus. I have +7 on that.
Did you get the second roll from Ironhide?
At least it
helping
was
you
at
out?
disadvantage, right?
No, not with this survival check. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I did because there's so many tracks here. That's right.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the perception hit from dim light. No, there's so many tracks here, it's actually hard to tell. With your 13 survival bolt, as you peer around here, there's nothing that sticks out with that check that seems to notify you of any tracks that would indicate the two men that Ill had mentioned to you that were kind of speaking to one another about rumors. You don't see anything that may indicate some type of like stretcher thing, imprint in the mud or snow. You're not coming up with much here. This road is very well traveled, unfortunately.
Maybe, I mean, that speaker guy, the leader, right? He must know everybody coming in and out of town. Maybe he knows.
I hope you're right. I just worry with that pyre back there. I wonder if this town's not into keeping some dark secrets for themselves.
Do we see that skeleton crier anywhere?
Yeah. Question.
As you move through, in the distance behind you, further out, probably somewhere, it looks like perhaps you guys didn't follow right along with the crier, so it's not like you ran into him on the way over here, or it rather, but in the distance far off, you get the sense that the crier may still be out there, though you don't see it in the whipping snow winds.
Slow.
You guys were traveling at a steady pace, though, as where the undead crier-like creature was literally just like step, 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 slowly moving through the snow.
Well, I suppose we need to be rather delicate on these matters. We need to collect intelligence very carefully, I would say. Is anybody decent at that? I can't lie to people. It's just not in my nature or my stat sheet.
I can't lie to people on account of they usually figure out I'm a mind flayer. I look around and make sure nobody was around to hear me say that.
No, I scare people.
Hey, me too. We want to browbeat some information. We got that down.
Yeah.
I am not good. I mean, I'm not bad, but I'm not good.
You know who is good at those things?
Cogman.
That is what I'm asking, yes.
Yeah, he motivated everyone on the ship. I'm sure he could persuade people.
Am I gonna step in as Cogman here? Did anybody else want to play Cogman?
I was gonna say any of you, if you want,
I'll
can.
play Cogman. Talk to disgusting organic.
Yes. Yes.
I had to do everything around here. Nobody else knows what to do. I look at both as
Just the things that we're not good at and that you are so masterfully good at. That's all.
We believe in you, buddy.
Oh, thanks. I totally needed that.
Little help never. Have we taken a short rest or anything at this point, or what's our rest situation?
Since your arrival here at T.H.U.N.D.E.R, it's been likely about 6 or so hours.
Okay.
But you guys haven't taken a rest or anything like that. You guys stopped in the tavern, but your stay there was pretty quickly interrupted as Emma was kind of jumped on by that crazy guy.
I'd like to tell you a story about how this kind of thing went well, Cogman, but I honestly just can't think of one. I'm out of part of inspiration, sorry.
Oh.
I am trying to pull up his sheet, and it's slowly but surely coming up.
You guys would know that the Frosted Nipper also serves as a inn upstairs if you needed to rent a room.
Can we just do like a short rest real quick?
Yeah, you guys could post up anywhere, even outside of here, and just kind of prop up and just take some time to relax. You notice some of the passerbys kind of eye you a little bit. You guys, just because of your eccentric makeup, kind of stick out a little bit in the town, but no one seems to really bother you all that much. A couple kids run by. They look like you at first assumed they're almost adults, but then as you see their faces, they just look like Goliath children just due to their stature. They're already pretty tall. They seem to be fiercely tossing some snowballs at one another, and one of them nearly flies by your head, Ironhide, and one of them goes, "Oh, sorry!" And then he runs off.
You better be! Oh shit!
Don't. I don't want to get burned at the stake. Oh, we should turn in this stupid beast, the cry zone.
Oh, yeah,
Crino.
I have Cogman's thing pulled up, by the way.
Nice.
So we're good to short rest, right? Turn
Yeah,
in
I'll
Crino.
say one guard passes by and kind of looks you up and down and continues marching through the city. Otherwise, no one really bothers you all that much. You're able to prop up somewhere pretty safe and get your short rest in.
I didn't even need no Song of Rest.
Well,
Got it. Axes.
that's too bad, because I'm going to sing a song of rest to you.
The Crino sneaks over to a mound of snow nearby and begins to gobble it up a little bit.
That's right, buddy. You have as much as you want. It's on me. You're my friend. Can we keep it?
No. Actually.
I'm gonna miss you. Let's make the most of this time together.
I get my Wild's chain back, yes.
Oh, I also did not need that. I
It's
also
just
didn't need Song
stood
of Rest.
around for an hour for no reason.
More like Song of Fucking Useless.
Sorry, is this short rest, long rest?
Short rest.
Short. Okay, so it's one. Yeah.
You
Capped out
heal, you get the short rest stuff back, which I don't know if barbarians have short rest stuff.
again. No. But if I get a hit die, I'm capped out again.
Nice.
Plus the 7, right? Or no, that's for him.
Yeah, you can roll your own, just hit that purple box.
The only thing of note I'll say during this time of rest, no one really gave you any trouble within the city, but you did hear what sounded like, because you're not too far within the city limits, you guys did hear the sounds of what sounded like raised voices coming from just outside of the city gates. Otherwise, didn't sound like violent or anything. It just sounds like they were speaking with some volume, as if they're trying to turn someone away or something, and then you nothing else happens. Everything else is fine besides that.
Go investigate.
You go investigate, I'll turn in the beast.
Yeah. You do that.
I'll join her.
Fuck. Alright, come on. Let's go. We'll get into trouble together.
Il, you and the other guys, I can't remember if you've already paid for the Kryno or not. I think you did.
Yeah, we paid up front.
Okay. You
For
guys
the
go
first
and return them. The Goliath stable master does that thing where he just like gives it a once over to inspect it and ends up thanking you guys for bringing it back in one piece and appreciates you guys being trustworthy and
Yeah, he was a good mammal. Beast. He was a good beast.
slaps it on the ass as it runs back into the pen and lets you guys know if you ever need to rent another one. He is willing to allow it since you guys
Sure.
returned this one unharmed. Emma, you and Thunder, was it? Were heading over to investigate.
Yeah, get some piping hot tea.
You head over to the gates on the east side, and you see the guards standing there. They begin to open the doors for you, and then you see the two standing outside as well. What do you do?
What up? How's
You-
it going?
Goliath, you spoke to before, just turns to you and nods.
Is there anyone else out here?
There is the two guards that you see on the outside of the gates, and then there are two directly inside, and there is a large, like, wooden bar that you get the sense that whenever they tap on the doors from the outside, the two guards on the inside are lifting that large wooden bar to allow access to push the doors open. So there's 4 guards here overall.
Okay. Hey, buddies. Who there? Let's see. I'm trying to be friendly, like, well, is there any kind of, problems going on? Anything we can help with?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. That's, here it is. 17.
Damn.
The Goliath you spoke to before, Emma, turns to you and says,
No help necessary, but keep your eyes open on the passing here. Apparently wolves, and now you can add undead to the list of things that seem to be out of place recently.
Oh, really? What, like just now? Did anything just now happen?
Yes. Though nothing you should worry about. We made sure that it did not enter into the city limits.
Oh, was it a wolf or was it an undead?
Some type of skeletal creature that we believe to be undead.
Oh, whoa, what did it look like? Just so I know for the future. Let's watch out for it.
Dressed in some type of townspeople clothing.
Uh-huh.
Just one, though. We made sure to give it a menacing pause, and it eventually turned away. There was no need to fight it.
Oh, that's it? That nothing happened? It just looked at you and walked away? That's it?
It likely knew better than to deal with us.
It didn't anything? Like, it didn't do anything? It just walked away?
It tried to ring some type of bell or something that it had in its hand, but we made sure to make sure and incentivize it that it was not welcome.
You know, coming in town, I think we saw some kind of graffiti. Do you guys get weird symbols going around? Any graffiti symbols going around town at all?
No, we typically do not see that type of vandalism. What type of
Oh.
graffiti are you speaking of?
Probably like some dumb kids. I don't know. It was shaped like a moon.
The two guards look at one another. The human one turns and says, no, nothing like that we've seen. A couple broken windows from some snowballs from the youth, but they are sternly scolded by the parents. We look
Oh.
after our own here. Other than that, no such vandalism that we've seen.
Huh.
Did you see any more within the city? Go ahead and make an insight check then. The human says to you, Emma, have you seen any type of vandalism like that within the town walls?
Not in the town, no. Just, outside.
With your 18 thunder, you get the sense that it sounds like they're telling the truth. Emma, after you relay that you haven't seen any, they nod and say, well, if you see anything like that or any type of rabble-rousing in the same realm, make sure to let us know. We're trying to keep a tight ship here.
Okay. Alright. You guys got some kind of hospital around here? Just, like a healing hut or something? I'm kind of into that stuff, so just, I'm gonna check it out.
They turn to look at one another, and the Goliath looks at you and said,
No, nothing like that. We don't have a building focused on anything like that.
Okay, well, maybe you should get one. Thanks, guys. Take care. Have fun watching the wall.
Alright. You and the others catch up. Emma, if you guys are done, we'll all kind of move away from the gates and reconvene.
Well,
Cool.
there's no hospital, and they saw the ringing bell thing, and they don't know what the moon thing is.
This is a very strange planet.
We need to talk to the demon guy. Demon hunter guy.
I mean, you think, like, there's fucking nothing here. They would all know something, but nobody knows nothing.
He's the outsider. He's gotta know something.
Well, alright. I imagine they won't let us in, but...
What if we beg? What if we beg so much that they feel sorry for us? What if we put on a show that he's really, just some poor... I'm gonna do it. Let's do it. Let's beg.
Oh,
I'm not below begging.
well... That didn't go the way I expected
I'm not-
it. But it went somewhere. Let's go.
Yep, let's do it. If I can't break him out, I'll beg him out.
I don't know why are we so against just talking to him? We could get in there and just talk to him.
That's what we're trying to do.
That's what we're doing.
We're trying to
And
get
not breaking him out, right?
Who said it? Not breaking them out.
Yeah, what's their problem?
You wouldn't have to roll an insight to know that Bolt's not bullshitting.
Bolt's not the one he's worried about.
Okay, you're done.
All right.
So, you guys move the group over to the jailhouse?
If anything, we could just say, we had some questions for him, or, if he can get out a little early, we needed his help with some stuff, like we were a little short on our wood, and say, hey, we need another hand for someone who knows this area. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, well, that's a good one. Maybe put him to work. Let's just ask first. Let's just ask what happens. All right, let's
You guys shift, taking the road that ascends on a little bit of a kind of like plateaued area that raises about a story high, overlooking the lower half of the town, and meet shortly after the fork here at the jailhouse. Two dwarves covered in some thick fur and some leather-looking armor, holding spears in strong, thickly mitted hands, turn to you. One of them says, "Oh, how can we help you?"
We're here to see our friend. We're here to see old man. Old man Bandages.
He raises an eyebrow and says,
It's a great start. Keep
"Sorry, no one's allowed into the jailhouse."
Please, it's my fault he's in there. I made him mad. It was I shouldn't have said all the bad things I said to him. I was just having fun, poking fun at him. It's not his fault. I'm not in, what's the word?
Instigated.
Instigated him. Thanks, buddy. I instigated it all. It's my fault.
Can't you forgive a girl? She's just trying to come clean about misgivings they had between us.
They
To be
both
honest-
watch you. Oh, go ahead, Thunder.
To be honest, sir, we were actually going to ask him for some help, and it just kind of went the wrong way. We just needed to help with something we were doing. We were trying to get, some wood for our caravan. And, he said he knew the area. We were going to ask him.
Make a deception check, Thunder.
Right, Emma?
Yeah, but then I mouthed off to him, made him really mad. So it's like my fault. We needed his help, but I ruined it. Look.
Oh, that's not bad. It's a straight 15.
The one you're speaking to says, "Look, not our rules. It's the speaker rules. Only authorized people are allowed in. If you think it's important enough, then you would need to meet with her."
Okay, where is she?
You guys know the direction of the speaker's house at the far end
Alright,
of the village.
let's
Over in
go.
the west.
A quick glance around. If somebody was to magically appear in there, would they be able to... Would it be easy to overhear a conversation in this jailhouse? Like, if Emma was talking to him, would they all know that she was talking to him?
This jailhouse is sizable enough that it doesn't, depending on where he is currently being held inside of this building, and because the structure is made out of this thick stone, you would maybe surmise that she could probably speak to him quietly without anyone knowing, but you still have no idea who else is inside.
Okay, so I guess I need a better idea of that. Because I'm imagining like an Andy Griffith, like, there's one jail cell, maybe two. It's bigger than that.
It looks like it could maybe hold anywhere from like 6 to 10, just like eyeing the structure of the jailhouse.
And then the only other question is, are there like windows into the jail cells, or are they kind of all interior?
There doesn't seem to be any windows except on the side of the jailhouse. Bolt, you notice a very small, like horizontal slitted window close to the bottom of the like base of the structure. You get the sense that maybe just based on where that is, that it probably sort of leads downstairs a little bit. Like maybe there's like a basement level where the prisoners are.
Okay, all right.
It's pretty fogged up and, kind of covered in ice, so you'd have to like get up on it to look in. But you at least see that there is one there posted up on the side.
Bolt kind of stops his like old man wandering around, looking around, and says, "All right, well, it's a lovely place y'all have. Well, I guess we'll go and find that speaker, I suppose."
Fair enough, I say. Come back if you have permission. I'll let you inside.
absolutely. As we leave, I turn to him and say, I didn't see any way that I think you could get in there without being noticed. I'm sorry to say, unless you have ideas, I don't have any.
Were there any drains or anything?
No drains, but as Bolt pointed out, there is a chimney on top of the house,
Weasel.
and there is,
Oh god.
as Bolt kind of points out quietly as you guys are walking away, that they're likely on both this side and the opposite side, on the side of the jailhouse, are small, they're probably like tiny size, set up at the base of the structure, which means it's likely like a basement type of thing.
Now, Emma, I want you to know the full breadth and width of what you're getting into now.
Well, I'm just gonna sneak in like a weasel and talk to the guy, right?
And your main objective is what?
To talk.
To escape safely. Exactly why I wanted to ask you what your main goal was. To escape safely and not to be detected. That means that you have one mission after you get in there, right? And that is to get out. Your secondary objective is to talk to the man, correct? Yeah, good luck. We're gonna go find the speaker. Oh, see ya. I guess
She
she's
just
okay with that.
she's already left as a weasel crawling on top of the building. No, I don't know. I think someone was at the door or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see if she comes back.
Think so.
You guys can see from this distance towards the back of the jailhouse, as Emma sort of floats the idea of shape-shifting, that Bolt and the rest of you guys are able to see that there looks to be sort of like a porch-like setup on the back with a couple wooden posts. It's like the front side not only looks like it'd be difficult to climb up, but there's also a guard station there. The back may be a different story. You don't know if there's a guard there, but it at least looks like it would have some wooden posts that would allow her to more easily navigate up to the roof if she was trying to go through the chimney. You also know, as I pointed out with the chimney, like the smokestack thing, that there's also no fire going on right now, so there's no smoke billowing out of the house.
Well, that's good. I'm glad we thought to check.
Yeah.
That's excellent. That's an excellent thing to not be happening.
Let's wait for her to put her ears back on. You're on mute, babe.
Still on mute.
Still on mute.
Can see her swearing.
She's
I
making
have to hear you to understand that.
she's making weasel sounds, frustrated weasel sounds.
Oh, well.
No sound.
Testing.
There it
Oh,
is.
there we go.
You're on mute. Alright.
Got him.
So it looks like the best way to climb up is around the back. The chimney is not a light, and that's about what we covered.
Alright. I'm a weasel. I'm a red weasel, and I am gonna go up the chimney and
Emma, you turn into a
hold
weasel-like
my
form.
and try to look around.
You
My first part of the mission is look around. So
begin
I want
to-
try do that.
Oh, can you hear me, Bae? Bae?
Oh no, she can't hear you.
Can you hear me,
Oh,
Bae?
Okay, wow. When I said you're on mute, I was joking. But yes.
Oh, that's really weird, right? Has that ever happened before?
Now.
No.
Testing?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone.
No, that's
Can you
okay.
figure it out? God.
You shapeshift, shrinking down into a weasel-like form out of the relative view of the jailhouse. Up at the front of the jailhouse, Emma, to paint you a picture, there doesn't seem to be any easy way up to the roof. There's no sort of like posts up here at the front. There's also 2 guards. You know that there's no smoke coming out of the chimney, but Bolt and the others did point out that there seems to be like a back porch-like area. You don't know if there's any guard station back there, but you get the idea that there would at least make it easier to maybe climb up some posts to at least reach the roof from back there.
I want to sneak a little weasel sneak back there and see if I can climb up whatever is there.
There's also, just keep in mind, there's also the 2 windows on the sides, although I'm not sure how set those things are. You begin to weasel your way towards the back. There is a guard sitting in a chair who seems to be perusing through a couple of different notes, his attention kind of pulled to a stack of paper in his hands.
Okay. I want to weasel sneak by him. Do you want a stealth check from me?
Absolutely. But do it at advantage because he seems to be pulled into his work and you are a very small creature.
Okay, 11. Wow, my rolls, for fuck's sake, it's never over.
You climb up one of the posts, like shifting yourself to be out of the view on the other side of the post from where the guard is sitting. It doesn't at least seem like from your stealthy movements that the guard has noticed you. as you clamber up to the top of this porch-like roofing and then scramble up, sliding occasionally because of the thick snow, but kind of gripping on with your weasel feet into the snow and pulling yourself up onto the roof. You see the cobblestone that makes up the chimney up ahead.
I run towards the chimney.
You climb up the chimney and see that it drops some ways, probably ending at what looks like from this distance a first floor area.
Okay. I wanna...
There's enough cobblestone that sticks out that as it leads down, but you'll need to make an athletics check to be able to successfully slowly climb down without just losing your grip and falling.
What's my athletics check? Okay, alright. Athletics is strength.
Are you doing this as a weasel?
Oh, well,
Or I'm sorry. I take that back. An acrobatics check.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay. It's gonna be one. Okay, it's a +3.
Trying to precariously shift your way down.
I can't do it! This weasel life isn't for me! It's a 9.
You begin climbing down, kind of grasping at the precarious cobblestone that sticks out from the spots here in the chimney that it leads down. You go to grip at one of them, and there is ice caking the top of it. Your claw slips off, and you feel yourself falling off of the cobblestone and smacking the surface, kind of falling what you would assume initially would be on some firewood, but it's actually like the stone pavement surface of this chimney. You take
No.
5
No.
points of bludgeoning damage.
Ah, you're fine.
As you quickly peer around this room, you see quite a few desks and shelves with some paperwork. You also see a door on the side that seems to lead back out. Some stairs
Hey.
at the... Oh, go ahead, Luke.
Not to be a rules lawyer, but how many hit points does a
I'm
weasel
looking
have?
right now. I'm looking right now. It's
That's evil, dude.
It's gonna be.
No. I was looking right now. It's actually really bad, guys. This is really bad. It's 1 + 1d4 - 1. So mathematically, I'm fucked.
Knock yourself unconscious.
No. She transforms
myself
back
out of
into
weasel
halfling form.
So, Emma, you kind of land on your back in weasel form onto the surface, and you notice, as I mentioned, there seems to be 2 desks situated in this room with some shelving on the side with a couple paperwork strewn about. You don't notice any immediate guards. At the far end, on one side of this building, you can see the front doors. On the opposite side of this room, which is the first floor, you see what looks like a set of stairs leading down below. You also look down to notice that you are no longer in weasel form, but see your hands, your Emma hands, and you begin to hear the sound of footsteps heading up what sound like wooden stairs in the distance. What do you do?
I turn back into a weasel. I can do it one more time. I turn back into a weasel and I run.
Where do you run?
Oh, I run to the stairs.
You run to the stairs?
Yeah.
Because you hear someone heading up the stairs.
Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. Is there any place I can hide?
There is a couple shelves here, although most of them seem stacked with what looks like paperwork. But there are 2 desks that are set inside of here, where it looks like if you were to try and hide under them, you'd have some relative cover.
I'll hide under a desk.
All right. As you do, please give me a stealth check as the sound of the creaking wood of stairs continues.
This is fine.
God, yes. 20.
You quickly scamper after transforming quickly back into your weasel form underneath one of the desks, covered in the shadows of the desk above, and kind of peer out from underneath. and watch as the head of what looks like one of the town guard covered in a fur hood makes their way up the steps. This looks to be a dwarf, and they turn and don't meet your gaze, but rather their gaze is fixed on the chimney, the fireplace of the chimney here. You hear their footsteps, and you can now just see as they are caught up and begin walking across the floor here. With you hiding under the desk, all you can see is their woolly boots as they pass. They pass by you, and then they step and stop at the fireplace. You hear the sound of groaning wood as it looks like this dwarven guard leans over, and he seems to be like checking inside. He then peers back up, and then back down. He stands back up straight. The 2 feet that you see from your perspective stand still for a second, and then they swivel, and you watch as they walk over to the front doors and push open. You see a gust of wind and snowflakes litter the area here. The sound of wind kind of muting what sounds like a conversation happening. All of you outside can see that there seems to be one of the doors creaking open of the jailhouse, and it looks like one of the town guards, because of their stature, it looks like a dwarf, is having a conversation with the two that are posted outside. Emma, you can see from this distance that they seem to be in the middle of something, although because of the wind that's pushing through here, it's difficult to make out what they're saying. So what do you do at this moment? Or what do you guys do outside, too?
Yeah, I got a question. Are these the same guards that I talked to earlier? The ones that I shouted about all the pillars of smoke down at the fire pepper farm? Is that the same two
Yes,
guards?
it looks like it.
God damn it. Okay, nope, I got nothing.
Although the one from the inside doesn't look like the same one.
Nah, they all needed to be new for this plan.
Jesus. Can we see this happening?
You guys on the outside can see that the door creaks open and the head of what looks like a fur-covered hood of a dwarven guard peeks out and kind of is speaking to the others, although I'm assuming you guys have some distance so you don't just look like creeps standing 10 feet away watching this happen. So you can see that they're in conversation with what looks like a dwarf who's popped his head out, though you're not sure what they're talking about.
Okay, so we don't know for sure that Emma's in trouble.
You have no idea. For all you know, she's just been caught. You're unsure. Or it could just be a shift change. You have no idea.
We know for sure she's gonna get out because that's her mission. So
I'll ask this: what do you do, Emma? And then what you guys outside do? So we'll start with Emma first. What do you do as you see this happening? Are you gonna kind of?
So he came from downstairs.
Yes.
Right.
So you can now see there's a staircase leading downstairs on the far end of the room.
Well, I want to go from where he just came from. So since he's outside, I'll go where he just came from.
Okay, so you begin to, seeing that he seems distracted at the moment, begin to quickly scamper across the floor. And you now see that the steps lead down into a cobblestone basement. The only light that you can at least see from up here seems to be a piercing, slightly reddish glow from outside. You're guessing one of those windows that was on the side of the building. And you begin to quickly kind of scamper down the steps. Give me a stealth check. So I'm assuming you're trying to continue moving quickly, but trying to be stealthy because you're not sure what's down here as well.
I believe in this one. I believe in this one. Yeah!
Okay, you scamper down the steps and begin making your way to the basement area. In the meantime, at the same time, what are you guys on the outside doing? You don't have to do anything. I'm just seeing what if you guys want to react at all.
I've got a passive insight of 17. Do I think that I should be worried by this conversation I'm witnessing with these guards?
It looks you're using insight, right?
Yeah.
It looks from the relative shifting of motion, and you're not like reading his lips, but you can kind of just tell by his facial expression that he seems to be alerted to something. And you now watch as the door cracks open, and one of the human guards that was standing outside steps back in along with him, leaving only one standing outside.
Well, shit.
Hey, Il, can't you contact her? Like, with your mind?
Can she understand me if she's a weasel? Here, let's give it a shot. Hold on, let me double check and see if I have to actually see the person I'm contacting real quick.
I was gonna say just distance and like how if you need to see them, I guess would be the biggest things.
All right.
She should be able to understand you at least. It's polymorph that they are a real creature.
Yeah. That makes sense. I have to actually. It doesn't actually tell me, so I need to go to the thing. Sorry, everyone. Go to somebody else. Somebody else do an idea.
I miss my Crino buddy.
Got an idea, but it's a Hail Mary if we can't talk to him.
I'll say we can wait for you to check, Luke, because I would assume you'd make instant communication at this moment to see if she's okay. If so,
You know, I don't know. Is it Hail Mary or Hail Mary? It's Hail Mary.
Hail Mary, full of grace. Hallowed be her name.
I've never thought of it before, but I always thought it was Hail Mary. That doesn't make any damn sense.
No, that makes no sense.
It's
Calling up a prayer.
That's what I always thought, like, because like the Hail Mary pass was like a woo. That's what made sense to me.
I have telepathy within 60 feet. I had to take a feat for it. Is she within 60 feet of me? I will... Emma! Just fucking... Oh, she just like muzzle eating pizza. No.
And you don't need to have sight to communicate with her, right?
I need six to be within 60 feet.
We'll say that you're far enough to not like look like you're just staring at the front of the jailhouse. But so you're far enough out where you're not drawing their attention, but you're within 60 feet ill, considering that she had this plan and relayed it to you. So you begin to use your telepathy. Emma, you are scrambling down the stairs. You reach the base of the wooden stairs leading into the basement when you hear the sound of the door up top creaking open and what sounds like multiple footsteps happening upstairs. As you quickly peer around before Il communicates with you, you look around and now see a basement room that is not lit very well, besides the ambient light of, on opposite walls, 2 bits of a bluish reddish tinge of light coming in through the windows, as well as 2 or 3 bits of candlelight lit by oiled lamps around here. There seems to be a desk as soon as you reach the base of the stairs, and it leads into a hallway, and on opposite sides of the hallway there is a set of 5 jail cells on each side for 10 overall. In one jail cell, at the far end, you do see this Malik character, this hunter that you'd spoken to before. He seems huddled down and in the corner, peering around and almost like listening in on the footsteps above. You also see in 2 other cells, on the side that Malik is in, 1 or 2 cells over, you see what looks like a male dwarf who's just kind of sitting there, and he almost looks like he's just picking at his fingernails with nothing else to do. He looks like he's dressed like a commoner, and his clothing is a little tattered. Maybe he spent some time in here. On the opposite side, you see what looks to be a female woman who's like barely clothed in basically just a raggedy gown and not too much else. Her hair wild and almost a silverish color. She is peering at the other 2 on the opposite side of the jail cells and just like standing with her back against the cobblestone, and none of them seem to notice you as you scamper down. Occasionally their eyes flick up as if they're listening to the footsteps above. It's at this point, now that you have an idea of what's down here, that Ill is able to communicate with you, and he speaks in your mind.
You fucking weasel, what's going on?
Oh, they're so onto me. They're so onto me, but I found a basement. Look, I found a basement, and I'm running, and I'm gonna try to hide. And maybe, I hope one of these guys are really nice to me, because I can't turn into a weasel anymore, because I fell down the chimney and turned into myself, and now I had to return into a weasel. And I might need a distraction or something, I don't know. So far, so good. Please keep talking to me, because I might,
She's dead. She's dead. She fell down the chimney and had to use her last weasel card to get out of weasel jail, and
whatever
now she's trapped in the basement.
Okay, whatever you do, don't tell Bolt I'm dead.
All right, I promise I won't. She's fucking dead.
She told you all this while she was dead?
No, not literally. It's only a matter of time, though. Listen, we gotta make a distraction or something, or they're gonna be having weasel stew in there tonight.
Not a problem at all. Bolt clicks his fingers up in the air and casts, what's it, Animal Messenger, is that the right name of it? It's the one that I've already done with that we sent the message to the town. So it's got to be a small creature, a tiny beast you can see within range, such as a squirrel, a blue jay, or a bat.
Give me a high or low luck roll, because there wouldn't just necessarily be an animal there, especially within the town limits.
Try to catch me.
That is low.
Well, I was gonna say, Bailey, you have to call it low. Modifier plus. It's in my butt. Oh yeah, that looks great. No.
You peer around, but within the immediate vicinity, there are no small critters crawling about.
13 on Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah, spooky.
Bolt looks up and he says, well, I'm out of good ideas.
All right, I got one. Listen, I can't exactly, emote and act in a way that humans understand, but maybe one of you guys could. We gotta bust in there because we're worried about our burn victim friend, right? That's not even a lie. We gotta tell them that they gotta come help us find our friend that got kidnapped, like right now.
I've got an idea. I could just cast Disguise Self and walk up.
And then what?
I mean, just distract them. If one of you guys can sneak on in and check on her,
Okay, but what's the distraction there?
I can lead them out back. I can say, hey, I saw something. I mean, we can think of something real quick. I can guide them away.
Actually, we're all thinking of the right way. Yes, do not do that, but do go and get them and tell them that there's some danger out back. We will be out back shouting and yelling about our missing friend.
That's right.
2 plans, 1. All right, everybody go.
Synergy.
Dynamic thinking. Bolt says all that and then runs the wrong way and then comes back. All right, I got excited.
So.
Oh no, our friend, our burn victim friend.
Who is
Where's my friend? I miss my friend.
The guard posted up, sees you yelling this at some distance.
Just randomly, just all of a sudden, we're standing there fine, and then
I should have turned into the burn victim.
No, that's who we're looking for.
there he is.
Everything we do is a disaster.
You have your work to do, Thunder. I suggest that you get in there and start dragging more guards out there as honestly and earnestly as you can. No need to disguise yourself on this.
The guard from you yelling this ill cups his hands and says, "Is everything okay?"
No, it's not okay.
"What's wrong?" he yells.
Come over here, we'll tell you.
All
it's
of
so
it.
horrible.
Come over here where there's less street light in the darkness.
Make a persuasion check.
And there's more of us, and I will do that.
Make a deception check. So you guys are lying.
I will do it still at advantage.
Okay.
And
2 1s, 2
and
1s
I'm also
incoming.
going to be 30 feet faster. Shut up. 20 plus, plus 4. There's going to be the low roll, and there's going to be the low roll. 15, 16.
Not bad.
Not terrible.
The guard at the front turns and he wraps his knuckles on the door behind him and then begins to head your way. Emma, at the base of the stairs, you can hear the shifting of footsteps upstairs. You hear the doors open. Everyone on the outside, you see the original guard who is posted up along with the one outside here step out. And he takes position while the other guard that you guys were yelling at begins to head over your way.
I just start dressing him down like an old southern lady. I'll tell you one thing, I'll tell you another. This is not the way that things stand. My man is missing, and I don't have the words, but Bolt does.
The guard says, Who's missing? What's going on?
It's our man. He was abducted out of our...
Caravan.
He's gone missing. He's gone missing out of our caravan. We left him there while we came into town to get this, that, and the other thing. I catch him up to speed, obviously. Not lying, but not telling all of the truth. And now he's missing, and we don't know where he is.
The guard gives a bit of a sigh under his breath. It's another one. All right.
Another one?
Another what?
What?
Is there something that you need a lot of guards for? Is this something you need to go and get a lot of people for right now?
If you get your whole platoon, and we could all split up and look at a different corner of the town.
A platoon sounds too many, but at least 3.
Yeah, quadrants. Take it in quadrants.
You're new here, so there's been some issues. You should be safe within the town walls, but be careful on the outsides. We are still waiting for some members of a rescue party to return. In the meantime, unfortunately, you're going to have to settle down and wait. We'll pass the name on and a description that I'll take from you over to our speaker, and we'll do what we can to hunt down this missing... What are you, traitors?
Yes!
I'll pass it on to the speaker so that they can help put something together for you all.
Okay, but a member of our caravan that was over by our caravan said they got a look at the couple of guys that stole our friend away. Maybe I could come inside and y'all could gather around and see if maybe you knew of any, maybe you've seen these folks in town before. Or there might be an enemy in your midst.
He says, as I've mentioned, no one allowed inside without the speaker's permission, but I can grab something to write down this information with, and I will get as many details from you as possible. Stay here, he says, holding up a hand, and begins to turn around and moves back towards the jailhouse. Emma, during this time, you hear a couple footsteps of what sounds like a lone person upstairs. Sounds like the other one may have stepped back outside, at least from what it sounds like here. You are relatively covered in a decent amount of darkness in the shady basement down here. What do you do?
I want to look for keys really quick. Just look, just to see if there's any keys around. Just from here, just look.
Give me a perception check, and unless you have any special senses, it's going to be a disadvantage because it's pretty dark down here.
I have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or smell, so no.
Okay. Yeah, with sight, that's unfortunately going to be a disadvantage.
Okay, well, what is my perception in... Okay, well, it's a +3. Here we go, at disadvantage. Okay, 16.
You peer around, looking at the walls. You see the desk nearby with what looks to be, at least from being down here, a overturned, curled paper of some type up on the desk. It lit with some oil up top. You look around. Besides the cells and what looks to be a little bit of tuft of hay in them to give them something to kind of lay on. You do not see anything that sticks out as a key. You said based on sound with your Weasel?
Hearing and smell.
Make a perception check based on hearing.
Okay, a 10.
A 10? Did you do that at disadvantage? I'm sorry,
at
advantage.
Yeah.
Well, with a 10, it's coming from the distance. You don't see the keys, but because you're actively trying to see where they may be, you hear the jangle of keys along with the steps of the footsteps coming from upstairs.
Okay, well, I can't do anything about that, so I want to scutter onto the jail cells.
Where do you go? There are 3 individuals in these cells separated out here.
I want to look at all of them. I want to scutter past all of them and look at them. I'm not hiding myself from them because they're criminals. What are they gonna believe? The criminals that they see a weasel, a magical weasel in the jail cell?
Yeah, fuck them.
As you walk by what looks to be slightly younger girl with silver hair, she notices you and just stares and says nothing. As you move past on the opposite side, what looks to be the dwarf in his cell, he looks up from picking at his nails and goes, "What the hell?" And you finally shift over to the final cell in the back corner where Malik is being held, and he pulls his hood back a little bit to see you as the Weasel. He just stares, kind of turning his head a little bit, wondering why there's a weasel down here.
Emma's gonna like go around in circles, and let's see, is there any way? I'm a weasel, I can't do that. Okay, sorry guys, I can't communicate as a weasel, and I cannot turn back into a halfling. So this kind of.
I think you should focus on getting out of there, is what Il would say at some point.
Yeah.
You could attempt to make a check to, like, you can't speak, but you could attempt to make a check so, like, you can move with your weasel in a way that would let them know that, like, you're not a weasel. Like, you're making movements that would be more intelligent than a weasel would do.
I'll do it like a fishing pole thing. Like, I'll stand up as a human and do a fishing pole to Malik.
I'm a human. Yeah.
That's the thing that, like, made him, like, try to gut me. So, like, the whole fish talk. So I wanna do that.
All right. Give me a performance check.
As a weasel?
Yes.
God. Chris. Oh. Okay. All right. Sure. Oh my God! I crit it.
Holy
It's a 16 altogether.
Take a good look.
And it's 4. You'll love to see it.
The performance check. Okay.
What a weasel.
Hey, remember, you're a druid. You can use your charisma modifier instead of the animals if it's higher, because you're a druid.
Oh. Well, in that case, I would have to roll again.
Don't. Just.
I want to keep the 16. It's fine.
Okay.
It's a crit.
Okay. You watch as the other two, the dwarf and the woman, are staring at you with some amount of curiosity, the dwarf kind of muttering under his breath. Malik, however, stares at you, cocking his head, and then kind of like falls down onto all four and crawls over, watching as you do like the fishing rod thing. And he puts his face up to the bars as he stares at you with a curious look on his face. And
Oh my God.
Wait a second.
Demon!
You don't happen to know about a young halfling girl, do you? He shrugs. All right, well.
If not, shut up.
She can't be sarcastic in weasel form because nobody will understand her weasel sarcasm.
Weasel sarcasm. He looks back at the stairs and then back at you, Emma, and says, "Are you her pet or something?" He grips at the bars and almost pushes his face up against them, kind of throwing you back a little bit. He says, "Do whatever you can to get me out of here, you understand? You're smart enough to understand what I'm saying. Get me out. Do whatever you can, alright? If you need me to make a ruckus, I will. But I can't stay here overnight." He pulls himself back and falls on his butt and just sort of stares back towards the stairs. You guys up top, as this is happening, the guard that mentioned to you is grabbing some writing utensils, turns and heads back to the jailhouse. You see as he steps back inside. What are you going to do, Thunder?
I was going to say, while they were doing that beforehand, I was going to peel around back on the other side and kind of go up towards the jailhouse from, like, the other... Like, if they're on the right side of it, I would have gone and circled back around on the left side and walked up to the front door if no one was there.
No, there's someone there. They seem to be making sure that someone is standing up at guard. Go ahead.
We need some help. One of our friends was taken.
So just to paint a picture, the other guard that's standing at attention, like, he hears everything you guys just told the other guard. So
okay.
Bill and I told the other guy.
Yeah.
We had split up. So it's not like he was standing next to us.
But I would assume you guys aren't too far out, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
I think we're within telekinetic range of him.
We'll say that you guys are far enough out to where this guard standing at the door didn't hear it. He turns to you, Thunder, and says, "It looks as though you are part of this other group, right?"
Yeah. Do you have anybody else who can help? We're trying to figure out where our friend went.
It's at about this point that the other guard that had spoken to you, Ill and Bolt, is beginning to walk up now. And he relays the information that you shared with him to the guard that you're next to, Thunder. And he turns and says, "Don't worry," and he kind of looks you up and down. "We will attempt to help you." He's going to grab some writing utensils and take down whatever information you have to offer to hunt down your friend.
Excellent.
You see the guard push in for just a second. Emma, you hear a door opening upstairs and footsteps around.
Oh. Did I notice
You also
any...
hear hushed whispers coming. Not hushed whispers, but it sounds like whispers from down here. There's some type of conversation happening upstairs.
Okay, and nobody's coming downstairs yet?
Not yet. So what do you do?
Okay. I want to try to start stealthily making my way to get out.
Okay, so are you heading back up the stairs then?
Not if they're coming down the stairs or by the entrance.
You hear the sound, and you're not able to tell. It doesn't sound like they're making way towards the stairs. You don't hear the creaking of the wood coming down the stairs. It just sounds like there is a pair of feet shifting around and up top side.
Okay. I'm gonna skitter upstairs quietly as I can and take a peek. See.
Make a stealth check on the way up, please.
All right, Weasel stealth.
Stealth.
19.
I hate it.
You shift slowly up the stairs and are able to peer a guard who seems to have collected like a couple different pieces of parchment and a writing quill in hand and is headed back towards the front door. He opens it and steps through, the wind beating around. You also see what looks to be another dwarven guard standing at attention, taking one last look over at the chimney area. And you can now see, you don't have to make a perception check, you can see because of your previous check, dangling at his side on his hip, at his belt loop, is a circlet of keys attached to them in a ring.
Ooh. Well, as a weasel, I can do nothing about it.
You can try anything.
You can find out.
Don't. He's tricking you.
You can try anything.
I wanna try to hide, cause
I'll say while you're thinking about that, the rest of you guys see the guard returning, opening the front door and closing it, still with the guard pressed up at the front, but he comes back over to your group a couple feet out with a parchment and writing quill in hand and is ready to take the information. I'm assuming you guys would actually relay the info about the two individuals you saw, Il and Bolt, that you're assuming is the people who may have taken Briarburn.
Yeah, didn't plan to go this way, but I suppose we can put a police report in.
I mean, if you want to.
Yeah, I mean.
We
Okay.
probably should anyway. Like
You guys,
as well,
you guys would remember the at least general features of what you could see of them, and he begins to jot them down. So as
Kidnapper, I tell you, if I ever saw a kidnapper, that was one of them.
as this is happening, Emma, what are you doing?
I really can't do anything, so I'm gonna.
You watch as the dwarven guard up top reaches into a satchel and brings a pipe up to his lips. He brings out a tinder box and lights it, and seems to be trying to light his pipe. He doesn't seem to really notice you.
How? So, okay. Damn it.
He's still standing next to the fireplace, so he's on the other side of the room. So you have a good probably like 20 feet from the top of the stairs over to where he's standing. Two desks in between you and him.
Okay, well, I want to sneak to the first desk.
Okay. There's the front door also on one side, and then a door that you assume leads to the back porch on the other side. You skitter over to the first desk. I'll say we can still roll with your 19.
Okay.
You hear the sound of what seems like singeing leaves or some type of singeing, he's taking a puff on his pipe. You see his feet now, nothing else.
Okay.
He begins to take a couple steps. You now are able to perceive the jingle-jangle of the keys at his sides as he shifts. You see the big footsteps step by you and end the top of the stairs, and you begin to watch as he slowly begins to make his way down, taking another inhale from his pipe.
Do these keys... do these keys seem like something he would take off when he sits down, or do they seem like they're a part of his belt?
It's like the traditional silver loop attached to one of his belt loops that has what you assume to be probably, from what the looks of it real quick, probably like 10 keys for each cell. There is a latch that he could remove them from his belt loop, but you're not sure if he takes them off and puts them somewhere, or if he just keeps them on him. You could try and tell him and see if he gets back down there if he removes them. It's up to you.
I just want to see really quick if he does. If he doesn't, I'll leave. If he doesn't, I'll leave. That's it.
You
call,
guys on the
good call.
outside, this guy's still taking notes. You're still, I'm sure, able to communicate with him to get like a progress report if you want.
Are you okay? Are you dead? Oh,
You're on mute again.
You're on mute.
What about now?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Okay. Nope, not dead.
Okay, good. That's great.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you.
Almost out. Just a few more minutes.
I think she's gonna make it, guys.
So, are you sneaking back to the top of the stairs, Emma?
Yeah, I wanna sneak follow him.
If you're gonna sneak follow, I'm gonna need another stealth check.
I'll do it from far. I'm not like directly behind him. I wanna like skitter, like.
Okay.
on-
You're skittering, but you just don't want to make any creaks on the wood. He reaches the bottom of the stairs and begins to head over towards the desk and sits down.
Can I use? Is that how does lucky work?
Lucky the feet.
Yeah.
Or the halfling ability.
Oh, the halfling ability. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no, it's only once.
Fucking 2s. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a 7, Jason. It's a 7.
You hear the sound of what sounds like a butt meeting a wooden chair down at a desk.
Wonder what that means.
Shut up.
Who made the part?
For once, it wasn't me. You hear coming from downstairs what sounds to be the Dwarven guard. Boren?
I don't do that.
You're like about midway down the steps, Emma. You wait a second. 2 seconds. You hear the shifting of wood, and then the curl and tatter of what sounds like paperwork being flipped.
Okay.
You also, after another second, hear what sounds like a metal click, and then the jangle of keys hitting what sounds like the desk.
Oh no. No.
Yeah. Okay.
It's alright, she knows her mission.
So what do either outside party or Emma do? This is kind of at the same time, so...
I mean, Bolt is gonna talk to this guy until he tells him that he's gonna leave.
Okay, so we'll
He's
say...
trying to buy as much
yeah.
time as possible, yeah.
That's fine. We'll say that you're just like overloading with details, and it seems like the town guard is relatively accommodating. It seems like there's a general sense that he wants to make sure that he takes down these notes and is attentive, because it seems like an issue with what's going on here. So he lends an ear for what feels like a good amount of time here, Bolt. So you can keep this one's attention if you'd like, while Emma is continuing her whatever this is she's attempting to do.
Every time he asks a question, he gives like an emotional response rather than like a factual one. So it's like, so what did these two guys look like? Oh, they look terrible, I tell you. They looked awful. If anybody, I tell you, they looked like they would be the people that would kidnap them. What about the guy that's missing? Wow, he was the best, I tell you.
The
Halfway
guard
him saying that, I'm gonna take one of my big ass thunderous fists and just slam it like into the side of the jailhouse and put my hand over my face, acting like I'm upset. The humanity, bring him back! And just keep pounding on the side of the wall, you know, like you're just pissed off.
They immediately turn at the first strike against the jailhouse. Emily, you hear the sound of what sounds like a huge brick hitting the side of the jailhouse. You hear the quick shifting of a wooden seat coming from down below. The two guards who are outside here, including the one that you're talking to, Bolt, they immediately turn to face Thunder and quickly grip up and hold their spears at you, Thunder, and say, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Lower your fists." What do you do, Thunder?
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 Lightning?
Hello?
He's dead, Jim.
Sure.
Thunder?
Search. Brian?
Slim?
Slim?
What the hell is going on with Discord
What is
tonight?
happening?
Snake.
Can he not hear us?
Slim?
That
What
was
the
the
fuck?
most bizarre thing ever.
He's just like
I couldn't tell if he was frozen for a second. I was like, is his screen frozen?
You gave him actual analysis paralysis. Hey!
Hello?
Can you hear us now? Slim,
Apparently not.
hello. Can we get technology to work for us for once? Hello.
Apparently not.
You ever punch a building so hard all of your sound drivers uninstalled from your computer?
Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear us?
Yes.
We heard you for a
Yeah,
second.
sorry. As soon as it completely, all of Discord just froze on me. Sorry.
That's okay. Where did you get caught off at?
You said as soon as you slam your, and that's all I heard.
As soon as you slam your fists up against the building, Emma, that stuff happens to you downstairs. You hear the shifting of wood, and then Thunder. Immediately, the guard standing at attention at the doors, and the one taking notes near Bolt and Il and the others, they quickly turn and they raise their spears your way, throwing out a hand up at you and say, "Whoa! Lower your hands! Stop!" What do you do?
I stop and put my hands up. I'm sorry. I'm just so distraught. I just. Please, we need help. Please.
They were the best of friends.
He's
You
already
can't-
injured. He's been taken.
They were the best friends.
They
You can't fault
they
the guy
step
for
over
getting
to you,
too
Thunder,
overly-
and place a firm hand on your metallic shoulders and begin pushing you away. Move on, move away. Step aside.
It's okay, Thunder. They're gonna do something. They better
take
do
a
something.
5 foot. A 5 foot movement back and like awkwardly do that like 1 step leg drag a few times and like try to step away from them into like the middle of the road, I guess.
They continue holding their spears up at you and just kind of watch you. It's about at this point, Emma, you're hearing this sound coming from upstairs, and as you turn your head back down to look downstairs, you now see a guard, dwarven guard, looking up at you, seeing you midway up the stairs, and he goes, "What the hell?" And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Weasel?
Aw.
Weasel? Weasel!
Well,
This
did you
is,
guys have fun?
What a shit show every episode of our adventure is.
When in doubt, run away. I'm a weasel. This dwarf is gonna have to run really fast to catch this weasel's slinky body.
What's a weasel speed?
The weasel's speed is.
Yeah, what is it? What is it? What is it though? What is it? What is it?
Why is it that? Why?
Why is it? What? Could you explain? What's the speed? What's the speed?
It's 30 feet.
Hey, that's
Oh, wow.
technically quicker than a dwarf. They have 25 by default. I think you're in the clear
With a head start.
with a head start.
Yeah.
But are you a dire weasel?
Like,
No, I'm a regular old weasel that came in from me. I'm just a woodland animal that harmless woodland animal.
old Saint Weasel. You think back to how we started our other one, headshotting things a mile away. Yolana was just made of shadow and never got caught by anything. Caused his mind meld anything. Like, no, you don't want to do that. Please leave us alone. Barely any problems here. Ship's on fire. There's holes in it. Everything is awful.
And in this one, on the other hand, we are having a lot of trouble with our weasel-based stealth mission because nothing can go right in this group.
I mean, it's all fair in the game. The world would naturally react to thunder. But I will say,
there's nothing wrong with what you're doing, Jason. It's
I haven't not done my mission.
I was gonna say, Bailey actually did really great with a lot of her rolls. I made her do a lot of rolls, and she succeeded really well at a lot of them. That went actually really well up until that point. And we don't even know what will happen from here. It could still go well. We'll see how things turn out.
It's a
You
cool
might,
image.
you might like weasels. What if you like weasels?
A great fox and sniper wolf and sneaky weasel. We're perfect.
Sneaky, sneaky.
A fucking weasel killed my father! Die!
Yeah, it all depends on how the dwarf reacts. If he goes, "Aw," that's fine. If he goes, "Meat" or something, that's that's fine.
What? Was it like a fucking dinner?
Weasel's back on the menu,
And I'm
boys.
speaking like Emma, okay? It's either or meat.
I mean, that natty 20 trying to communicate with Malik was pretty clutch. That was good.
See, we're best friends.
There's actually a lot of successes there. That was good.
I did, I was thinking, like, I just now thought, like, I could have, like, told her to, like, draw, like, a moon on the floor with her little weasel form, but I just now thought of that.
That would have been a good one.
I am gonna say this is the most terrifying planet we've been on in a long time. Just dead people walking around saying, "Shit's fucked. Might want to leave."
The old town crier.
Don't pay attention to me. Ignore me.
Ignore me!
The black crier. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate everyone for stopping by. Thank you, Anna, for all those nice treats. That black crier was a terror from Anna that would not have happened if she did not activate that.
No.
So that was interesting.
Cool.
Thanks.
It felt like part of the campaign, naturally.
I'm making sure that it's less like let me just come up with something on the spot, and more like if they give me one, I have this plugged in to do this, so that it makes sense for the story instead of just being like, ice goblins attack you all. So hopefully it kind of ties in pretty well with the story. So yeah, thank you everybody for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Clyde, for stopping in. I'm gonna try and send your stuff out here soon. Also, let's see here. Thank you, Aiden. Thank you, Daniels. Thank you, Talking Robble. And thank you, Manda, for stopping by. I really appreciate it. You guys are building up Twitch channel points, and you can use those to do a whole bunch of cool stuff like Anna did, like give the party some extra bonuses. She gave me a +1 roll that I made. Let that whole entire experience with the undead crier creature happen. So that's pretty cool using the terror event thing. So lots of fun stuff. Just check that out at the bottom left of the chat if you'd like to see how many points you have and what cool stuff you can buy. We're getting into the holiday time, so we may have some weeks here like Thanksgiving and stuff like that where people may have plans. We'll see how those go, but of course I'll keep everyone, you guys, my players, as well as the general audience, updated using the schedule you can find here on Twitch down below. I also will make sure and post any dates we're going to end up missing on Twitter, so keep an eye on that. You can also see that in the About section down below. If you missed any of this session, we're about 11 sessions in, so good amount of hours, but not too many. Definitely better to try and jump into this one than maybe trying to jump into like Critical Role or something. You got some catching up to do if you're watching Critical Role. And I also made a little season session or campaign primer for you guys to watch over on YouTube if you want to just get like a quick and dirty idea of what's going on in this campaign over on YouTube. So all of the social stuff, the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, that's all a GAWD_mode, similar to the handle here on Twitch. So thank you so much for stopping by. We will be back next week, hopefully with Kevin this time. I miss him. I feel like there's been a lot of opportunities that I would have loved to have him here. That's the thing I was kind of mentioning a little while back is when I was talking about he's going to have some more opportunities. It was this because it's more of a social setting. So I miss having him be able to use Cogman to the fullest extent. So hopefully there's still plenty to do here, plenty of action, and I think it'll be fun filling him in on exactly what has led up to this point to see how he reacts. So hopefully he gets to join us next week and gets to interact, and we'll see what he does on top of all this. So in the meantime, thank you very much. We're going to be headed out. Come back next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time or 6 p.m. Pacific, depending on wherever you're located. And come by, interact, and we'll see you then. Goodbye, everybody.